ba teng mo ga borone ke go soletsa jalo gore ba lelapa la ga Steve Harvey ba teng hela ka ha molemeng ya me ka ha gona le bana ba gagwe le mhumagadi wa gagwe ha o khile rona hela gone ha mehela kgantse le gore di soletse gore ke di buisangwe sadi ke tsone tsa tlhabollo banana o ka itse gore Steve Harvey is an entrepreneur, especially within the field of entertainment. He's a comedian, an American comedian, a worldwide sensation. Me re soletse go ta go utlwa ka ene gore a he banana ba tsoretseng kwano maele abangathele me ga no se ga itsera ke he's here with investors as well from the United States of America.
Of course, but one other thing that I absolutely admire about the youth that is here, it's not only those who are working towards getting recognition, even those who are well established. I see THABO in the background somewhere there. I've also noticed a few of my colleagues in the industry of entertainment, but it's very encouraging to see that even those who feel like they've made it, or those we consider that have made it like yourself, we're here to actually get a little bit more and grow our wealth of knowledge. I'm very proud that this man is here. He's got an extensive career, an award winner. He's won a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Black Entertainment Awards recently, last year. And this is something, it encourages me because he's a comedian. Yeah. He's an actor. Yeah. He is a radio personality. He's got his hands in so many pots, as well as an entrepreneur. He's got a foundation that he recently was in Ghana, sharing whatever he had to share with his wife there as well.
And he did mention, Mabane, as you were touring the mass media complex, that Botswana are very lucky to have a leader, a president such as Mokgweetsi Masisi, as his vision has a lot to do with developing the youth. That is why he actually extended an invitation to Steve Harvey, who was also interested to come to Botswana. That is why Steve Harvey is also here with different investors from the United States of America. We ka itse gore ya ka setso go bua ke lebella hela ka morago ga me ka ha di tsholohelo tse di bo matlong a batho ba ka morago ka ha ke bona bangwe ba ile gore le bone ke borametla di comedian ba ile gore ba emetse go tla go utlwa gore bone ba ka kgora jang gore ba tlhotlhe talent ya bone le go itlhokotsa gore go behelo ba tle ba kgone go hella ba gorogile ha ile gore Steve Harvey teng ja ka khitse ka na tlhausitse go khante jana gore o ka kgona gore lebela jalo maranyaneng on internet go ile gore BW government page streaming this event live as well as the Daily News is streaming this event live. Please join us with the hashtag President's Initiative. That is where you can go on and comment, and we'll be also here to read some of the comments that they're going to be posting.
Of course, we will be sharing whatever you have to say, so please don't be shy, don't hesitate. Share with us what you have in mind, any questions that you would like for us to maybe potentially pose to the man himself. Feel free to do so. But one thing I want you to remember is this: the theme for this year is creating opportunity. Make sure that you actually invest and utilize each and every door and avenue that we have open for you. I'm very excited today.
I'm excited as well, but how ka lebella go dimo kwa banana ba ileng gore ba tshologetse kwano jaaka ke bua ka tsholohelo e leng gore ba matlong a bone go ta go utlwa ka mantswitswidi, somebody who has actually been in the industry for over 30 years, and as you've mentioned, he has a lot of accolades to his name. How did he do it? We are here and waiting patiently to hear from him and himself, to hear his story. Jaaka ke sotse go bua le matona puso hera ka moroga me ka ha ke bona ene tso e rweleng mo mererong ya tsa banana ke bua jalo ka tona mo le pateng le la banana metshameko le tlhabolong wao ke tlhalosa jalo gore re tseke di gama ga mo go le matona ka bone bontsi ja bone ba puso ba ka moroga rona hela ka hale bona ba tsile go itseela ka tsopedi o ka itse gore ke bone tso e rweleng when it comes to implementing do tsene go tlotla go bua ka tsone mo nakong ya gompieno gone.
Of course, but there's another thing that I absolutely admire about what is happening this year. We've been seeing the creative industry being encouraged, and the president has been forthcoming, having recently invited a whole lot of creatives to come over to the State House and address them, find out what their qualms are and how to better improve this. So I believe that this is part of the mandate to implement these things that we were talking and finding an alternative and a solution to the problems that were posed.
Mahoko go tsalo go le lengwe hela mo mongwe wa bone o ile gore ke tla moraletsa ka kwano gore a tle go buisana le wena Sadi.
Oh, thank you very much. Hello, my lady. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Kindly share your name.
My name is Susan Kosa.
Hello, Susan. And one thing I just want to find out is what are you expecting today? We're about to start the program. This is something very exciting. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting to learn. I'm expecting to connect with people that I've never connected before with. Already, it's a great experience to be in the same room and the same environment with people from internationally recognized platforms.
Of course.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to know, which industry in the creative part are you a part of? And what are some of the challenges that you are experiencing?
I'm from, let's say, the business industry. Well, in the business industry, as a youth and as a young person, you can have many ideas, but you don't know how to implement them. So as a young person, your challenge is really to get your idea out to the people, and you don't really know which steps you should take. So hopefully today I'll get some insight on how to go about it.
Of course, but
Yes.
then what is your take on this year's theme of the President's Initiative, creating opportunity? What do you take from it, and how can you explain it for yourself? What does it mean to you?
Wait, what? Can you please rephrase?
Creating opportunities.
Yeah.
What does the theme signify in your words, in your terms? What do you think it is?
Okay, my understanding of creating opportunities is being given a platform for you to utilize as a youth, a platform that you can share your ideas and be a part of the big decisions that are made that affect the country. So that's what I understand.
Beautiful.
By this.
Thank you
Yes.
so much for joining us, Susan. I hope
you.
that you get everything that you need and require for you to blossom as an
Yes.
entrepreneur.
Yes,
Thank you
I
so
will.
much.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are expectant. I do believe that His Excellency Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi will shortly be arriving.
Yeah.
What are you expecting, Osi? What do you think he wants to do today?
Well,
Something revolutionary, obviously.
Yeah, I'm expecting quite a lot from him. You're talking about a legend who has been in this industry for over 30 years. So there's quite a lot we can learn. One thing that we spoke about, you and I, off stage, is how to monetize what we have. You know, the opportunities that we have right now, being on national television. So it's a blessing. But I feel like we haven't been using it to
its full potential.
to its
That
full
is
potential,
very
exactly.
true. That is very true. So if you're joining us in our watch centers, our watch parties, Dumelang Kako, we're very pleased to have you, or even in the comfort of your home. Please do not forget our hashtag President Initiative, and our theme, of course, creating opportunities. I hope that today will be a very fruitful day for you and I. I am very excited, as I've mentioned.
go ntse yalo kgaitsedi ke me ke tswelele ke le go tlhalosetse wena motswana go lapeng gore mo nakong ya gompieno re mehela ka disekonto di se kae motlege tautona a ba goroga ka kwana ga mmogo le ngwengwe e leng gore re motletse ka kwano e le re Steve Harvey mehela kgang e leng gore tle re ntse re tsone ikgantse gore re ntse re emetse go tlwa ka tsone re na le go e leng gore o ka go lebella teng wena o le monana o ka tsamaya jalo ko di-partnereng tsa bona e le bo Cresta jalo mo di-hoteleng tsa teng go beilwe hela sentle television tse ditona tse e leng gore o ka go akola o lebile ntse o le teng ko lapeng.
So, Osi?
Mo nakong ya gompieno ke batla ke bitse mongwe wa banana hela
Of
ke tla go
course,
buisana
of
le ene ke utlwe sentle ka ene gore ene o akanya eng ka se se diragalang mo nakong ya gompieno le gone gore dikakanyo tsa gagwe sentle ke eng right so tsa ke se sebaka se ke go amogela mo Botswana television OT
Yeah,
o tlhaga o tlhaga mang
Morobe.
go tlhaga gompieno re gane go tla go amogela moeng go tsweng ko lehatsheng la United States of America. We are here to receive Steve Harvey. He will be here to come and talk to the youth. What's your opinion? What are you expecting to hear from him?
I'm expecting to get years of experience from Steve Harvey and ways I could grow as a young person and avoid certain mistakes as I'm growing.
Tell me something, as a young person living in Botswana, what are some of the challenges that you encounter in your daily life?
The main one is unemployment. It's really hard for someone as young as me to get a job.
Do you think there are ways to aid that maybe?
Yeah, I think by Steve Harvey coming here, he could inspire people to create businesses, therefore creating more employment.
What are you expecting to hear?
What am I expecting? What am I?
Expecting to hear from Steve Harvey.
Yeah, I'm expecting to hear the tips from a business magazine, I guess. Top tips.
Right. No, thank you very much, OT. Enjoy yourself today. Thank you. Me motsana wetso ke tla ke tswela jalo ke na le kgaitsadi a ke ha wena gore ke mongwe wa ba ba retetseng mo nakong ya gompieno go tla go buisana le bone ka se diragalang. Hello my sister, how are you doing? What is your name?
The music a
My
little
name
bit
is
softer.
Wame.
Wame.
Would like to apologize
Okay,
for
so
the
Wame,
technical
what are
glitch
you here
we
to
experienced,
what are you here
and
to
I'd
do?
like
What
to
are you
assure
expecting
you
to
that
hear
it's
from the
being
legend
sorted
Steve
out
Harvey
as we
himself? What are you
speak,
expecting to learn?
and we
Okay,
certainly have sorted it
this-
out within
I
the next
saw
5
this
minutes, and
in
the
WhatsApp,
program will commence.
and I
I'd
saw
like
it
to
as an
thank you for your
opportunity to learn
patience, and once
more
again
how
sincerely apologize for the glitch
the
that we're currently
opportunities that I
experiencing.
can do.
Thank
Well,
you.
there's so much complaints that there are no jobs and opportunities and stuff like that.
What's your view on the lack of jobs here in Botswana? What's your view on
My
and
view
how do we fix that as the youth?
Okay. Just yesterday, I was watching Steve Harvey's
Yeah.
video. He was saying it's all about our imaginations,
Yeah.
right? And we have to have our imagination and make them happen. So I'm of the position that we, as youth and people with disabilities as well, what do we have in our minds that could actually help us to have employment or create employment for our people in Botswana.
All right, thank you very much.
Ever,
Enjoy
thank
yourself.
you, ever.
O mo ikutletse wena Motswana wetso ke ne ke ntse ke buisana le moeng wa rona o mongwe e le Wame me gaitsela ke sadi ga gakala le nna re tle re buisane re utlwe sentle gore mo tsela gompieno gaitsela ke ja ka reme ke tlhalosetse Motswana gore mo nakong e sa kgadiseng e sa itseng pelo tautona o tla ba tsena ka ha be yana ka simolla tsotlhe tse di sentseng gore
Of course, the mandate for the day will be delivered, but leading processions today is television personality Gaona Dintwe, who is taking over and leading this conversation. So very excited that she's going to be taking over. You know, some of the problems that we experience in the creative arts is that women are looked down upon a little bit. So these are some of the things that I actually admire, that there's women empowerment projects that are visible and acknowledged.
Ke tsa re le wena mo tirong ya gago o na le lebaka no bereka le rre me ga o ise o kgetholwe ka tsela epe le gompieno o na le nna ga me re kgwetsa thulaganyo mmogo hela ka tekatekano. One of the things that Steve Harvey did allude to maabane ha tsile go Botswana television ke gore he was impressed by the fact that most of the people who work there ke banana.
Of course.
Go ga bone ga se dilo tse di iragalang gantsi o tla tlhaela gore motho ha a tshwara camera gore a simolola go tshwara camera dingwe tsa go di abedisitse di heta bo 40 go ya go godimo mme a tlhalosa jalo gore the mass media complex has a potential big role to play in job creation mme go tswa mo go rona le batho ba ba ntseng ka gore re tseye ditshwetso tse di maleba.
Honse Helayalo Osi, and I'm looking forward to not only seeing the television side growing, I would like to see, you know, the artists who make paintings, designers to have a platform where they can be like, okay, I've reached the David Klale status, I've reached the Dolce & Gabbana status. It would really be nice to see some of our very own being appreciated on an international platform. The talent is there, we have the resources. I think now we'll be able to use them in the right way.
You know, we've been talking about job creation and empowering the youth, but as you may recall, the president has been on a drive to invite foreign investors to come and set up their businesses here. And there's a lot that's been done in that regard. Re bua ka gone go hetola mengwe melao e ta letang gore go tla go nna kwano ga bone ga ba go ba nne motlofo tota gore ba dire kgwebo mo tsela Botswana. Mme dingwe tsa tsone dio tseo gape ke mananeo a tshwana le one gore motho tla re tautona a ba laletsa ba eng go tsweng go mahatseng a sele go tla go buisana le banana go ba ha maele a le mabedi a le mararo gore bone ba ka ithabolla ka tsela tsentsenya mo matshelong ya bona malatsi otlhe.
But right now, I'd like to welcome one of our youth who is here ready to participate and listen, tap into a wealth of knowledge from Steve Harvey as well as His Excellency. Hello, the brother, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Please share your name and say hello to the viewer at home.
Oh, my name is Unopamo Shango, and I'd like to say I'm very excited to see Steve Harvey because he's an amazing guy.
Okay, beautiful stuff. I'm very excited to have you here, but which part of the creative industry are you representing?
I'll say I represent sort of the music industry and also the fashion because I enjoy those two. And
what are you expecting today? What are you looking forward to tapping into today?
well, today I'm very excited to receive and perceive his new philosophies.
I see you putting in your rap skills there a little bit, but is there anything you'd like to share with the viewers at home? Probably you would like to tell them about the ambiance here. What is it that you want to tell them?
I'd like to say the atmosphere here is like very amazing. us as young people, we have like a lot to do. We just shouldn't be lazy. Just get on our feet and get to it.
Let's get to work. Thank you so much for joining us. I do look forward to getting your take about what has happened after this. And standing by, it is Osi Lashani and myself who will be making sure that you understand the proceedings for today. One thing I absolutely just want to acknowledge is that you, the viewer at home, you're in the right place at the right time. Today, we're going to be reaching a new level. Everybody is going to be taken and catapulted to a place where they can reach into themselves and make their dreams a reality.
Preach, sister, preach. Aka sa go bua kgaitsedi ke gone re soletse go le gontsi mo tsela gompieno ditirago di dintsi di matsorotsoro rena le di bui ka go harologana le bone ba ntseng ke go bolela gore ke ba beeletsi go tsweng ko mahatseng a sele ba gone ha go ta go utlwa banana ba Batswana le bone ba batla ba neela kgotsa ba bua ka dikgwebo tsa bone le se ba soletseng ka go se dira ka go le ka go itlhabolla matshelo a bona malatsi otlhe o ka itse gape gore kgaitsedi ke go na le maneno a mantsi a mangwe le gore government o tsweletse go ba hape ga banana gore ba itlhabolole re bua ka lena le tshwana le la YDF le leng gore o ka itse gore go na le extension mo go ya gompieno gore banana ba ha ba sena go khothala ba di computereng ba go simola go type di business plan tseo ba ipakanyetsa go submit ba tle ba neelwe madi a ile gore ke a banana go itlhabolola le go tlhaba mebereko.
Of course. There are many of us who have been disheartened by, lack of employment opportunities. But sometimes we are not called to be working under or for someone. We are called to be the leaders of an institution. So guys, I do want to encourage all of you, every person who has a strand of entrepreneurship within them, go ahead and reach for your dreams, guys. You just never know.
The interesting thing is that these people are not supernatural. If you were to listen to Steve Harvey's story of where he started and how it all came to being, he had a very rough beginning. It wasn't that easy. So Lord na harantse le gone ha re santse re simolla re santse re tuthuga jana re tla hela go ngwa kgaitsela ke me bona go gompieno go na le mongwe e leng gore ke mele le itlo ka ha le ene ka ke batla gore ke tlanya dintlha tse pedi tse tharo dumela re le kae o eme hera pele ga mele ka
yes sir
kwena mang
ke nna tang letsholo
mang
atang letsholo
atang o tsile kwa gompieno go tla go bona eng o kgatlilwe ke eng se se go emeleditseng kwa lapeng gore nyamba gompieno go tla go lebella go UB indoor sports arena.
Yeah, when I came here from home, I was in my mind I had the thought of the business opportunities that could help me. I'm very young right now, but I do have like big ideas that I want to.
Let's talk about one of the ideas you have. What do you plan on doing? You never know who's listening.
As of right now,
yeah.
I'm only just thinking about, because I always see these big fashion brands and all those things.
Yeah.
I'm always just thinking about creating a fashion brand that's like native to Botswana, which is globally recognized, to put Botswana on the map and stuff like that.
So what do you hope to benefit from Steve Harvey or this talk that will benefit you and catapult you to reaching your dreams?
Most people know Steve Harvey for his media presence and all that, but I know Steve Harvey for his business achievements. Yeah. He's very big there, and it's very motivating to see him up on stage like that.
So what does it mean to you that the president of your country invites foreign investors to come and assist the youth in your initiatives?
It kind of shows me that we're in very good hands with him as the president, because he's also thinking about the youth and the future and how Botswana has to be even after he's gone, that people have to get businesses and make a living even if he is or is not president right now.
I don't want to sound like it's a job interview, but I feel compelled to ask you this question. What do you think is a way to fix the unemployment issues in Botswana?
Unemployment issues. As of right now, we have a lot of untapped potential in certain industries that Botswana could do. Like as I was saying in fashion, there are a lot of fashionable people who can design, people who can produce art and types of things like that reflect Botswana very well. So that in itself could help reduce the unemployment thing, just that it's not properly being funded. Things like this are the things that fund.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time, and it's been a pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. It's all about stepping up to the plate, really, between you and I. It's hello, beautiful lady. How are you doing? Good, good. What's your name?
My name is Nancy
Come closer,
Mogwaj.
don't be afraid. I won't bite. What's your name?
My name is Nancy Mogwaj.
Hey, Nancy, let's talk about why you're here today. Why did you wake up this morning with the thought that today I'm going to spend the day at the UB Indoor Sports Arena?
Well, I'm a fellow youth in Botswana, by the age of 26 years old.
Yeah.
And as we all know that currently we have a high rate of unemployment. We have graduated at the colleges, universities, and most of us we are educated, but there is not, because of a lot of people are educated, so the jobs are scarce.
Yeah.
So hence, coming here.
Let me just chip in there. What do you think we can do?
Well, I believe this is a good initiative coming from the president to actually have invited one of the best speakers, entrepreneur in the world to come and give us a boost, a pitch that we don't have to wait for the job to be provided to us. Hence, go out there and create employment for ourselves and the fellow Botswana.
Such powerful words. So, what do you expect to leave here with?
Well, I want to leave this place with a lot of encouragement, a lot of push from the man himself, Steve, and the other speakers that will definitely speak here today, and actually go out there and actually create any employment for myself and other fellow Botswana.
Wow. Thank you very much for your time, my sister.
Thank you so much.
All right. Like I said, it's all about stepping up to the opportunity. You never know who's watching its television. Botswana television. Re go jalo gone ka kwano go eleng gore re teng mo UB Indoor Sports Arena go tlisa tiragalo tse dintle re hano le moeng wa rona go tsweng go lehatsheng la United States of America o kwano ka teletso ya ga Motlegi Tautona Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi a mo laleditse jalo go tla go lwantwa e re leng mo go yone ya go leka go tlhabolla banana le go banela dithata ke pina. If you're watching from home, it's a hashtag President's Initiative on social media. We'll be reading your tweets, we'll be reading your Facebook messages as well as your Instagram messages. Do the right thing. Don't move. Harlem things and the message alo go goroga ga ene mo tlotlegi Tautona le moeng wa rona wa tlotla motsila gompieno ba neng gore metsotsunyana ha e se ka ya batle ba goroga gone ha e betla re simolola tsamaiso le tirelo tsa letsatsi la gompieno. This is the day that the Lord has made.
And we shall rejoice and be glad in it.
Amen.
And I'm really glad that we have things like technology nowadays. We get to get your opinion wherever you are. And I just want to share one of these tweets at Botshabelo KT, Banana Baitumela at I am Steve Harvey, hashtag Steve Harvey in Botswana, hashtag President's Initiative. And what I see he has captured here is all the youth that have trickled in. We are still coming in large numbers. This is really encouraging because it goes to show that you want to contribute to the betterment of our country. I really look forward to see Botswana in the next 10 years because what I imagine, I believe it only minimalizes what is going to truly happen.
Mo botshelong khaitsela ke wa ro paletswe ntwa setse o elole
O elole.
gore re helle re itatlhela ga batsri kgagola karera gona ditiro ra itlhobogo yanong ke gore be re se re lekile go ralla dikgwetlo tse tsotlhe tse gape re lekile one manane wa ile gore a teng mahala lo a ile gore governmente wa beila pele ga rona ka tsama ke a bala le mantsinyana me hela mana go nya gompieno ke rata re la letse o mongwe gape ile gore ke monana khaitsela ke le ene go tla gore dikakanyo tsa go ke gongwe ke gone le sebaka se o te o mo
Of course. That's not a problem. Thank you so much, Osi. As we usher in our next guest. Hello, my love. Please say hello to the viewers at home and introduce yourself.
Hi, Sadie. How are you?
I'm well,
Hi,
thank
viewers
you.
at home. I'm Mavis German.
Hello, Mavis German. You are here at the President Initiative. What are you expecting today? What do you want to take home?
Well, like everyone else, Steve Harvey is here.
Hello.
My president is here. I mean, what a time to be alive in Botswana and witness all this. And, you know, it's a big initiative. The audience is amazing. And I'm just looking to, I don't know, I have no expectations, just a lot of excitement.
You came with an open mind.
I'm just open. I'm
But
ready.
obviously, you having witnessed some of the challenges in the creative industry or any other industry per se, what is it that you're hoping that we will be able to achieve after all of this?
You know, after this, I'm hoping, I was thinking about this morning, I'm hoping we actually exceed that barrier we have as entertainers, you know? Because I think you can feel me when I say there's a certain point you get in the industry and it kind of becomes a bit...
A plateau.
It does.
That's sort of like the roof.
So I'm hoping that Steve Harvey can actually teach us, we can somehow learn how they work in the States, and maybe we could actually take our partnerships elsewhere and grow as an entertainment industry in Botswana and any other industry.
For all the creatives that are listening and watching right now, what do you want to encourage them with
I just
saying?
want to say keep pushing. Doesn't matter how hard it gets, doesn't matter how dry the jobs get, you'll be called one day and you need to just stay true to your brand, don't change. Consistency is very important.
That is very beautiful. Thank you so much for coming in, and I do wish you all the best. May the blessings follow you from today.
Thank you. I'm wishing you the best too.
Thank you. Well, you've heard it first right here on BTV. If at all you're only joining us now, we are live and direct here at the UB arena, almost full to capacity, let me say this. So very excited because
I've honestly never seen it this full. Ke tsa gore ke sone se gompieno go sentse go na le mathatanyana go di centereng tse go lebela mo go tsone itse gore ha o tlhoke gore o emelele go tetropo go loga borone go tla go ikupela go na le tse ileng gore di rulagantse re mo partnershiping go tsa tshwaragano le ba Cresta ba beile Herald Television tse di tona tsena mo hoteleng ya Cresta ye ga o tshwane le wena go itsekela ka thamalo tiragalo tsotlhe tse di diragalang ka kwana mo go gompieno. I want to call forward a photographer or a filmmaker who has been in the stream for quite a long time now and find out how it's been for him.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Photographer, please do join us.
Thank you. Hello, say how are you doing?
I'm good, sir.
Ke re o nkarabile.
Erra.
O nkarabile ke bona o tshwere camera o na le lebaka la ka he o mererong ya tse camera.
Ke simolotse go bereka di camera ka 2016 October. Yeah, ke simolotse ka photographer before ke tsena mo video production.
Gone o no fundilwe ke mongwe go rohela o kgona go dira tiro e dira.
Ena re ka 2014 be ke apply la youth fund. Unfortunately be ke rejectiwa. Be ke ta ke apply la gape ka 2015. Fortunately la go tsere lebaka be ke letsa ke kgona go fundiwa ka 2016.
Ha e sale o hiwa wana madi a go tlobola banana botshelo ja go bo hetogile ka tseleng tsela.
Tota nka re bo hetogile cause survival e sharp gona gore go tswa mo go nna gore nna hela as the leader ya production company ya me ke bereka go le kae but hela letseno lone le teng cause dithaja tse di dirwa ke nna gape tiro ya camera e diragala malatsi otlhe antshwara. There are a lot of events, there are a lot of stuff se se tlhokang camera weekdays le ka di weekends.
Gongwe o re tse ka tse pedi tse tharo tse leng gore wa di dira o dira eng ka camera tsa gago malatsi otlhe?
Ke engagetswe thata ke ba greenhouse technology ne ke ba shootela di documentary tsa di farmera tse leng gore ba di assistile countrywide. Nkile ka bereka le JB Sports ke le creative director a bone ke ba irela di flyer
Ntse le camera he.
Ntse le camera he.
Ya no a re bue ka tsela gompieno ta o tona ona le itse moeng go tsweng ka kola tsela America Steve Harvey o ile gore ene ke mantsitswidi mo kgwebong ye leng gore wa e dira ona le production company ja ka o itse he's an actor and a writer as well. O tshwanetse go anywa eng mo go ene ka go tla gagwe ga gape?
Since ke itse Steve Harvey gape a le mo fielding e leng gore le rona re ka kgona go anywa maele mo go yone ke tsa gore ra go anywa go le gontsi wa ntshwara because I'm expecting gore a re tlhalosetse go le gontsi ka production le gore production o ka e rekisa yang gore la the creatives in general wa ntshwara ke tsone dio tse le gore as the youth gape le re batho ba filming re santse re thoka go hiwa maele mo go tsone wa ntshwara so I'm expecting a lot from him.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Just step up. I was talking to this young man. He's telling me he got funded by the Youth Development Fund in 2016. He's now an established cameraman and movie maker. He shoots at weddings, and he has been engaged by a couple of reputable companies here locally.
It's really amazing what the Youth Development Fund has done for us. But sometimes it's always so empowering when we see some of the parastatals and the government branches that are supporting the youth businesses. Today, I just want to say that the production itself is all 100% local. I see some of the people that I work with at some of the events that are 100% citizen-owned companies, and they're bringing you this kind of event of this magnitude. It's really encouraging.
It is.
Of course, but I'd like to invite another person to share what her take is. And surprisingly, me and her went to primary school together. It's really exciting. I'd like to welcome you in. Please do join us. BW, if you're joining us, share what your take is for today. Hashtag President Initiative. Hello, my love. How are you doing? Say hello to the viewers at home.
Hello, everybody at home.
Your name, please.
My name is Ndomboka Tankuluba.
Thank you so much for coming through and honoring our invite. What is it that you want to share with the viewer at home about this event today? What do you hope to take home?
Well, honestly speaking, today I am so excited. I am seeing the turnout. Like, I am so impressed. I am so motivated by the young people of our country. Like if you look around the auditorium right now, it is packed.
It is.
People have been standing in queue since 8:30 this morning.
Patiently waiting.
I mean, such an inspirational person is coming to speak to us. And I mean, come on, it's mind-blowing. It's Steve Harvey. Who doesn't watch him? I mean, we've been watching him talking to us on our screens since we were kids. And like now, he's right here.
We have the opportunity to breathe the same air. But if there's something you would like to share about the industry that you're representing, you're an entrepreneur, of course, you work in the beauty industry. What is it that you want to share with everybody who's there? Possibly, maybe they would want to tap into that industry. What are some of the challenges that you've experienced, and how do you work on curbing them and moving on through them?
Well, like the one thing that I always say to people is never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. That is the main thing, because once you motivate yourself and push yourself to the better you that you can be, that is all you need. You are your biggest cheerleader. Nobody can cheer you on better than yourself. So go out there, get your thing on, and just like believe in yourself. That's all you need.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Her 2 cents is believe in yourself and keep it moving. But I see Osi standing next to somebody very, very special, Honorable Tegedi Kama, the Minister of Youth Empowerment, Sport and Culture Development. I believe we will be chatting with him shortly just to get his take on what this powerful initiative will be bringing to us. One other thing I want to say is this: be expectant today, because this is your opportunity to grow, build yourself, and reach another level. Osi, I see you standing with a very respected man.
Yep.
Somebody who's leading a very, very challenging ministry, but he's tackling it head on.
Very well. In a minute, banana let me take this opportunity to welcome to BTV the Minister is honored, the Minister of Youth.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's take this opportunity to welcome you. Say, how are you doing this morning?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. And it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this initiative here.
Right.
And why it was important to call the youth.
We have an opportunity here. This is one such example that we can do for the youth, but there's so much more. And in the time I've been in the ministry, it's become very apparent that we don't have a coordinated effort towards promoting opportunities for the youth. And that's why I would think is better placed by capacitating BNYC, for example, but making BNYC a totally different entity to what it is today. Because these initiatives come this way, then we have something else in another way and things, but we need to have a consolidated effort where everything is coordinated, and I think that's very important. So this is obviously very exciting because you open opportunities to the world, to international stars, for the youth to experience these people. And I think that is always, that's a very good route to go on, you know. It broadens our horizons, and we need to stop thinking local. We need to understand that we're not playing in the local arena all the time. There's a big arena we're playing in, yeah.
There are a lot of initiatives that your ministry comes up with to try and help the youth. And at this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, let's say Sebaka, say Minister, when I got a rat out on the water, to me, because I'm a dog, I get out of the retere, Amarella, to make you want to Jaro, Marona, Memati, there was a Toro, Hale, Cocola, or Lilo, and Manaconia Humpian, who would talk about Lekai, or a letter about Beleti, or to Conte Botswana, what I hope Belets, Botswana, when I Bananity.
You know, one of the interesting things, that's why I can give work until I can carry hope at the whole recopane lebat Babatswana Jacabone. May happen Lirona, return to Horidira or banana, Babanalia space, they have access to it, okay? And then once those things become something which is more substantial in what we're trying to do, then we also elevate our product. And I think the one thing is that Botswana are hungry. And I think we need to put funding into human resource.
Honorable Minister, thank you very much for your time. I'll call you again very shortly to come and finish our conversation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
May we please all remain standing as we sing the national anthem.
Fatileno la rona ke mpoya modimo ke boswajwa borra etso alinena kagiso
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful rendition, one of our talented artists right here in Botswana. But right now, we will be handing over for the official proceedings today, led by our very own
The President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi, and the First Lady of Botswana, Mrs. Neo Jane Masisi. His Honor, the Vice President, Reslam Batswana. Our guest of honor, award-winning entertainer, businessman, and philanthropist, Mr. Steve Harvey. Your wife, Marjorie Harvey, and your team. Honorable cabinet ministers here present. Permanent Secretary to the President, Rekata Murupisi. Permanent Secretaries here present. University of Botswana Vice Chancellor, Professor David Norris. CEOs of parastatals here present. Captains of industries. Our very, very important guest, the youth of Botswana. All 5,000 of you present here today, plus those watching live on BTV as well as online, members of the media here present, ladies and gentlemen, Bagaetsu Dumelang. My name is Khauna Dintoe, and I should say this is an honor and a half to be standing before you on such an incredible platform, such as the President's Initiative Youth Town Hall with the amazing Steve Harvey. Now, may we please give the lovely Rosemary a round of applause for leading us with the National Anthem, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to the President's Initiative Youth Town Hall. Now, what I can promise you today, what I can literally put my head on the block and say today is that in spite of the technical glitches that we have and the delay, you are going to leave here inspired and empowered. That fire within you is going to be reignited. Now at this point, may I also acknowledge all of those watching from the different viewing centers across the country. I'm talking about those who are watching us from Mahalape, from Palape, from Francistown, Kasane, Maung, as well as Khanzi, as well as those who are watching live on the BW government page. Guys, please give them a round of applause. Now, to give his address, may you please help me welcome our host, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi.
Hey. The mic is still on.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah. Let me begin with the formalities. Right?
Hello.
I'll introduce myself. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi. And I want to personally welcome you to this initiative. All of you. Bale Wazongo Kasani, Baba Zongo Kang, Baba Zongo Lobaze, Francistown Tropeni, Khanti, Mahalape, Palape, Tokweng, Good Hope. How about Good Hope? Mulepolole, Hamaha, Mushupa, and Maung. Every one of you, a really special welcome to all of you. I really appreciate having you here. But let me tell you what this is about, where it's from, who's involved, and where it's going. A few years ago, when I sat and contemplated the possibility that I might one day be your president. Hey. I felt first how fortunate I was to be married to my beloved wife, Neo Jane Masisi, because we conversed and she kept on nudging me. But you know, look at the rate of unemployment. Look at this raw talent all over Botswana. There's hardly a village or a hamlet or even a settlement where you have no one who's gone beyond secondary school. And they all have dreams. Dreams that make everybody wake up the wish of wishing the dream were true. Yes, some dream that they had lots of sweets to eat. Some dream about cars. Some dream about houses. Some dream about jobs. Marriage. Having children. Lots of children. Some dream about houses. Some dream about jobs. And so I began to think, what does a person in the unique position of head of state do beyond that which you can do with the budget? I thought one of the things you can propel is to inspire. Inspire young people, middle-aged people, older people, the whole nation to dream and dream big. But you know, assist the dream. Assist the dream by providing the necessary ambience, the environment, the tools, and the systems to make the dream come closer to you. So I thought, I don't have the capacity to do that on my own. I don't think the cabinet colleagues that I have the capacity to do it on their own. Let's look for those people who might just occur or I might be working in systems, environments, organizations which people dream about. Unfortunately, Botswana dreamt big, and God provided. Underneath the earth, lots of diamonds. And I mean a lot. More than there are of you here. And that's why De Beers came over. And I'm glad to tell you De Beers is here. De Beers is with us this morning. Can I embarrass you? Can I embarrass you? Look at De Beers. That man is called Bruce Cleaver. He's the CEO of De Beers. He too has dreams. And the dreams affect all of you. And that's why I also thought it might be useful if we got, let me start with the family of the main man. I'm going to embarrass you. Could you kindly rise? Mrs. Harvey. Marjorie Harvey. Thank you so much. And the family, children, son-in-law. Can you wave? Thank you. And you know who else? We've got a buddy of Steve Harvey. A buddy of Steve Harvey who in their youth, he's a former athlete, who in their youth used to huddle together with Steve Harvey and share the liquor they had together. Yes, one day, many years ago, Steve Harvey was like you and I. He had many wants, many needs. But this child helped him dream and dream big. And he identifies himself with us on this continent. Mzi Ngenge. Where is backstage? He's backstage. We'll talk about him later on. But over and above that, we have the main man himself. No, wait, before him, where's Mr. Dolphin? Steve has another friend who came with his fiancée. This guy is young. Don't worry, girls, he's taken. He brought his fiancée with him.
Hello.
He's the biggest online business owner globally of herbal products that are scientifically tested, that are used to cleanse your body. Mr. Dolphin and fiancé. There's another friend that I think we'll talk about later because I don't see him here. There he is. There's another man who does some of the biggest shows in showbiz in the US of A. One of them was the funeral of Michael Jackson. He's done presidential inaugurations before. He's here. And you won't believe it. Mr. Flag. That man is Mr. Entertainment in the US. All the people I've mentioned work with our main guest, who I'd like now to welcome onto stage. But before I do, let me tell you a little bit about this man. He's got a big heart. Right, Marjorie? big heart, big smile. He's funny. You see, you're already laughing just because he's funny. He's an entrepreneur. He does radio, Family Feuds. And he travels all over the world and speaks about the places he's been to. But then thanks to Pat, Dambe and De Beers, they kind of succeeded in getting him here last year to Botswana. There was a Women and Diamonds conference. And he and his wife, Marjorie, fell in love all over again. The two of them literally fell in love all over again. But this time they both fell in love with Botswana. And so my wife met them first. I was a little jealous. She's telling me about it in the evening. Hey, why didn't you introduce me to Steve Harvey? And she finally did, you know. And it was such a delight. I'd like to welcome onto stage the man who caused us to be here, the man who, when we talked at length over a period of time, while he was here, when I went to see him in the States, flew all out to be where I was with his dear wife, I kept on telling him about this dream that I have, this initiative that I want initiated, which all revolves around finding, creating the ecosystem for jobs for you, for jobs for folk in my country, good jobs. So I thought, Steve, why don't you come over and inspire young people? They'll ask you questions, you tell your story, and not only that, Steve, when you do come, as he has come, please bring a few friends who have money. So now you know, everybody I introduce has money. That's why I didn't talk about you. So I asked Steve to bring a few friends who have money. He must share the story with them about what it is that the president of the country would like for his people, his country, and the young people of his country. And there must be people with money who are also prepared to invest in where? You got it, Botswana. Steve is a wealthy man. He paid for his coming here. Not a single tebe of your money was used on him. None of the people who are here with him are paid a tebe, as we say in Botswana, a cent in South Africa, a penny in the UK, or a dime in the US. None of them are paid from the Botswana government. They paid for themselves. And he's been here a few days. He's been around. I won't tell you where he's been, he'll tell you. I'm not going to tell you what he said he's going to do. He'll tell you. All I ask of you is hook on, get glued, plug in, and let's fly. You all must leave this room feeling the power of opportunity. It's possible to do it. We're going to do it. It might not happen today, tomorrow. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. So why don't you stand up and put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Come on stage. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Thank you. Thank you. This is Steve Harvey from the US of A. But you know what? You know what? Emma Bill, let me tell you this before he speaks. In Botswana, when in Botswana, from Botswana, my wife and I gave him a Setswana name. My wife gave Marjorie, his wife, a Setswana name. Marjorie, ka Setswana is Lesedi. And Steve, because of what he did and is going to do, ke mothusi. So over to you, Steve. It's good having you. To see. Is it on? You can turn it on.
Okay. I believe you. Matusi is in the building. Yeah. Lesedi is in the building. Botswana, man, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
You go that way.
Sorry?
Yeah, they go too.
All right. I'm going to leave this here. I'll see you later.
Yeah, come back. Well, whew. Y'all almost made me cry. First of all, I want to thank y'all for having me. You know, when you're famous, people think that you get used to everything, that you take things for granted. Like you're famous, so this is supposed to happen, and that's supposed to happen. Well, that ain't true. It is an honor for me to be here at the University of Botswana. Really. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me in a second, but you're looking at really a dude that grew up so poor. You're looking at somebody that's been homeless. I lived in a car for 3 years. You're looking at a dude from the hood in a place called Cleveland, Ohio. How in the world am I talking at a university in Botswana, Africa? There is a God. There is a God. God is real. He's real. So before I get started, I got to introduce somebody who I should be very familiar with. Please welcome the former Miss Botswana and former Miss Universe contestant 2011. Please welcome Larona. Yeah. How are you, sister?
I'm great, Mutisi. How are you?
You heard that. Did y'all hear her? Say that again.
I'm fabulous, Mutisi.
I just like hearing it. So, you were the former Miss Botswana and the former Miss Universe contestant. How was that experience for you?
Oh, it was out of this world, Steve. I got to do what really makes my heart sing, and that is to help people, and that is to work with those who are in need, just to be active in social impact. Yeah.
So, and you're continuing that work even today?
Yes, and you'd be glad to know that I just quit my job. For 8 years, I've been an architect, but after reading your book, Jump, I decided to take the jump.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the former Miss Botswana, Larona. Thank you. We are, they asked me to introduce her because I got kind of famous with this little incident that happened at the Miss Universe pageant. Something popped off. I said the wrong name and all hell broke loose. I've been trying to live that one down for a long time, but I'm gonna tell you a lot of things about that. Listen, in the United States, I'm an entertainer. I'm a television star. I went to Dubai in April and they gave me an award called the Lynx Award, which is global recognition at the highest level of media accomplishment. They gave it to a black man. I was so honored to receive that, and it moved me deeply. But I'm an entertainer, but I'm gonna tell you something. I thought that was my life's mission, but it wasn't. My life mission was to empower people. What God made me famous for was to turn around and to share. See, my mother, when I was a little boy, she told me one day, you're gonna be something special. She didn't know, because I sure didn't look like I was gonna be nothing special. I don't know how she saw it. My daddy sure didn't see it. I got in a lot of trouble. I wasn't a good student. I flunked out of school. I've lost everything I've owned twice. I've been homeless. I lived in a car for 3 years. Me. But God did something for me because my mother knew what she was talking about. And so she told me a long time ago, God gonna give you a big house up on the hill. But when you get up on the hill, you got to teach other people how to get up on the hill too. So I thought that comedy was what I was going to do the rest of my life. I didn't know that his real mission for me was to become a speaker, to travel the world. See, there's a saying that says, your career is what you paid for. Your calling is what you made for. That's very smart. Your career is what you paid for. Your calling is what you made for. So what he made me for is what I'm about to do today. Now I'm gonna take you on a little trip. Now listen, I tell jokes for a living. That's what I do. I have the ability to click a switch and I can have all y'all in here throwing up laughing. I promise you I can do that. Now, I also have to pay attention to the venue. This is a college campus. There's a lot of dignitaries here. And the way I done made my money is late at night in clubs. I made a lot of money on HBO. I cuss when I talk. I can't cuss today, so I'm hurting on the inside. Now, before I tell you this, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a Christian. I'm saved, but I'm probably not saved like you. I love all faiths. I have more Muslim friends than I have Christian friends. I respect all faiths. I happen to be a Christian. I'm going to tell you right now, before I get started, I'm an entry-level Christian. I do low-level Christianity. If Christianity is on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm about a 2. That's the Christian I am. That's all I know how to do. See, I don't do advanced Christianity. So if you're an advanced Christian, congratulations. That ain't what I do. I am an imperfect soldier for Christ. Imperfect soldier. See, let me explain something to you. If you slap me, I'm not turning the other cheek. You need to know that. You need to know that. If you slap me, please know I'm finna slap all. I have not yet learned how to love my enemies. If you don't like me, I don't like you either. That's the Christian I am. But see, that's my walk. Your walk may be different. Somebody told me, they said, you know, you don't sound like a Christian to me. Sometimes you cuss. You go to Las Vegas, you gambling. I see you shooting dice at the dice table. You smoke cigars. Yeah. But I still love God, and he still loved me. That's my walk, period. Now, once again, I'm going to say some things today that might not sound like I'm a Christian at all. But that's cool. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't have no paper. I don't write no notes. So sometimes when I'm talking, I go off the subject. I'm going to speak to you today from my heart. I'm going to tell you something about you in case you don't know. All of you in this room, every last one of you, are gifted. All of you. God never created a soul without giving them a gift. You just got to stop looking at your gift as running, jumping, singing, and dancing. You're at this university. If you're smart, smart is a gift. It's a gift to be smart. You can be smart till you old. You can only play football till you 32. You can play basketball till you about 36. But if you're smart, you can be smart the rest of your life. Smart people make money. Now, I got to talk to you about money because everybody needs some. It's hard. It's hard without money. But I'm going to tell you the secret to getting there. Your secret you already have. You have a gift. You are in this university to get a degree. This degree is going to be a piece of paper that you will hang on the wall. After you get this degree, it will mean nothing. It's just a piece of paper on the wall. Until you learn the principles of success and apply them to your life, then and only then will you be successful. This paper just proves to an employer that you have the ability to accomplish a task. The ability to remember information, retain it, and regurgitate it back on a test. You ain't finna make no money with that. Some people will tell you that your education is the most important thing. Your education is important. It's critical, but it's not the most important thing. It's not. The Bible says, a man without a dream or vision shall perish. It's your dreams and visions that spur you to get an education. It's your dreams and visions that spur you to greatness. It got nothing to do with your education. Now, if I were you, since you're here, I'd go on and get one. But after you get it, what you gonna do? You got to take this God-given gift that's in you, and you got to start using it. Now, like I said, your gift ain't just running, jumping, singing, and dancing. I drink water when I'm talking because I got big lips. So. Yeah. See, if I don't keep these puppies wet down, they dry up, they hard to move. You know, you ever had your lips just stick to your teeth when you're talking? That's what's starting to happen here. Now, let me tell you something. There's another scripture that says, see, I use scriptures all the time when I'm talking because you got to have some proof. So, there's a scripture that says your gift will make room for you. So this gift that you have, that God gave you at birth, he put it inside you. He didn't hide it under a rock. He didn't put it in the ocean. You don't have to drill for it or dig for it like it's a diamond. He put it in you. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That is your gift. That's what God gave you. So if you're smart, you're really good at that, that's your gift. If you network, if you know how to put people together, connect the dots, that's your gift. If you babysit, everybody wants you babysitting their kids, that's your gift. If you teach, then that's your gift. If you can take people and encourage them to be better, that's your gift. If all your friends come to you for advice, that's your gift. Your gift will make room for you. That's a scripture. So you have to identify this gift. Why are you sitting here in your classrooms and all this here and you getting this degree? One more time, when you get it, it ain't gonna mean nothing if you don't use your gift. Most people die and never use their gift. Bishop Jake said one time, I would hate to die and never do the thing I was born to do. What were you born to do? Now you sitting up in here trying to figure out, well, how do I figure that out? There ain't no scripture in the Bible to tell you to figure it out. The figuring out has already been done. He created you with this gift, and that is what he wants you to do. You have to find the vehicle to attach it to. See, look, my gift is I can take information, any information, transpose it into comedy immediately. I don't care what it is. I don't care how serious it is. Listen, man, comedians, we say stuff to each other that we can't say to you because you ain't gonna get it. When a tragedy occurs, our minds immediately write the joke. That's my gift. I'm sorry. 6 people shot. Well, hey, hold up. I didn't know them. Wasn't none of my friends. I got a joke for that. But we have to wait 3-4 months for you to get over the hurt, and then we present the joke. That's my gift. Now, my gift is a blessing and a curse at the same time, because I stayed in trouble because of this gift. When I was young, I didn't know how to control it. I was in the principal's office 3 times a week because I was just saying stuff. I couldn't stop it. My mother used to take me to church to get me prayed for every Friday. Some preacher, I healed. You know how many times I've had a preacher touch me? Healed. Dog, I'm healed. I just got a gift and I can't control it. Your gift will make room for you. This gift has turned into a lifestyle for me that has given my family a lifestyle I never dreamed I could have. Your gift will do the same thing for you. Your gift. Please sit down with yourself when you leave here and have a real conversation and just say, God, what is my gift? What is the thing that I do the absolute best with the least amount of effort? And then take whatever degree you got or whatever job and you attach that gift to that. That's how you become successful. Now look, you ain't got to be rich to be successful. Stop thinking that. Everybody in this room ain't gonna be rich. Everybody in this room probably wanna be rich, but everybody not gonna be rich. But you can be happy and very successful and live wonderful, productive lives. Some of y'all hung up on millions and you ain't even gonna be willing to do what it takes to make millions. If I told you, listen to me, if somebody had told me when I was a little boy, this dream I had of being on TV, if somebody had told me exactly what I would have to go through to get here, I would have turned back. That's why God don't show you what it takes. I don't know what just happened there, but I've said that before and it didn't get a laugh, so I don't know what just happened here. I want you all to think about this. What is it that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort? That's your gift. That's what you should pursue. If you're pursuing a degree that's counter to that gift, if I were you, I would change my degree because you're wasting your time. Look, I'm just telling you real. They probably not going to have me back at this university talking no more after this because I'm telling you the truth. There is no course for success offered at this university. At no university. There is no course on how to get rich at this university or no university. Not in America, not in Switzerland, not in here. Getting rich and successful happens here. In here. If you change your attitude, you change your altitude. You have to start thinking. Look, man. Okay, so here's how you do it. See, a lot of people come on stage and they tell you all these principles, and they don't tell you how to do it. This is how it's done. Now, this is going to seem simple to you, but God don't make it complicated. He's a fair God. It's very simple. First of all, you identify the gift because the gift will make room for you and put you in the presence of great men. The next thing I want you to do, and here the killer, I want you to start paying close attention to your imagination. Listen to me. Pay close attention to your imagination. Why, Steve? Well, let me tell it to you. The inventor Albert Einstein, he has a quote. He said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. See, listen, if you think about it, everything that exists in this world came from someone's imagination. Somebody was sitting at the house on the phone talking, and the phone was connected to the wall, and they went and they couldn't go no further. Somebody said, man, I wish I could go outside with this phone. Everybody in here got a cell phone. Somebody said, man, I'm tired of walking. I sure wish we had something that we could sit on it and we could just roll in. Everybody in here been in a car. These two white dudes over in the United States called the Wright brothers, one day they said, man, we ought to fly. Fly? You must be out your rabbit mind. Fly. Everybody in here been on a plane. Okay, sorry about that. My bad. Everybody in here saw a plane? Everybody in here done pointed at a plane? Okay, cool, okay, cool. I just got to know my audience. My bad. My bad. But hey, listen, I'm with you though, so I'm paying attention. My bad. Okay, everybody in here that's seen a plane? You know it's people on that plane? You know they going somewhere? That came from somebody's imagination. Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attraction. But oh, let me teach you something. So that means everything you've ever imagined is real. Your imagination is real. Your imagination is actually God's way of showing you a preview of a coming attraction that he has for you. Everything you imagine is God showing you a preview of a coming attraction for you. See, you should have clapped for that because you're missing the point of what I'm trying to tell you. You tripping. See, you tripping. See, you don't even know when you hear a jewel. This like finding a diamond on the ground. Well, you can't do that over here. If you find a diamond, you have to turn it in. It's a property of all of us as a people. You can't. Sure hope I don't find one because it's going to be hard for me. I'm a hood boy, so I might want to slide one in the pocket and go to prison. Hope it's big enough to pay for everything. Anyway. I'm sorry. What was I talking about? Because I heard diamond and it just went crazy, and I'm looking at my wife, that's her favorite thing, and Jesus. What was I talking about? Talking about the what? The airplane. That's my wife. She keeps me on track. You need a wife to keep you on track. You really do. See, I'm going to talk about that later because I'm about to go off. So your imagination, I want you to think about this. When I was 10 years old, a teacher came into the class first day of school after summer, and she said, I want everybody to write on a piece of paper what you want to be when you grow up. Just put your name and what you want to be. I'm 10 years old. So everybody wrote on their paper. I wrote on my paper at 10 years old, I want to be on TV. She had everybody turned in the paper. She had everybody stand up. She called their name, and she read what you wanted to be. Everybody wanted to play ball. Somebody wanted to be a doctor. I had a partner named Lonnie Cotton. Lonnie Cotton said he wanted to be a doctor. I knew he had no chance. Lonnie can't even read. We in the 6th grade and Lonnie can't read. Who the hell gonna let Lonnie be their damn doctor? So she got to me and she saved me for last. And she said, little Stevie, come to the front of the class. So I figured I must have wrote the best answer on the paper because she saved me for last. She said, come to the front. Now, I was real skinny back then. They used to call me Tater Chip, as in potato chip, because I was curved. I was real skinny, and I walk like this. So I'm heading to the front. Now, I have a problem, because when I was in school, I had a severe stutter. I had a stuttering condition. I could not talk outside of my house. Once I walked out of my house, I stuttered. I couldn't talk. Everything was a stutter. It was horrible going to a school in Cleveland and you stutter. Them little kids was eating me alive. So when she asked me to come to the front, I figured this is a big moment for me because I'm going up here to get me a gold star. I've never had a gold star in school before, so this is a big moment. So I get up there, and turns out she didn't call me to the front to give me no gold star. She called me to the front to humiliate me. And that lady started in. She said, why did you write you want to be on TV? Now I'm standing there, and she said, who do you know on TV? Who in this school ever been on TV? Who in your family ever been on TV? Why would you write such a thing on your paper? But see, she didn't know. In 1966, I saw Bill Cosby on television. Bill Cosby was the first African American to ever have a speaking role on TV. When Bill Cosby came on TV, the whole neighborhood cleared out. We all went inside to watch TV. Who is this black man that then got on TV and talking to white folks? And he got a leadership role. He the star of the show. It was a show called I Spy. So the whole neighborhood would empty to go in, because we Africans now, you better understand that. We Africans, we was took from here. So we in there trying to figure our way out in America, and hit this black dude that messed around and got on TV. In 1966, that was unthinkable. So he put it in my head, that's what I'm gonna do. So in 68, when she asked me, I wrote, I want to be on TV. That's where I got it from. Where did you get such a thing? And I wanted to tell her, because Bill Cosby on TV. What you mean, why? You asked me what I want to be when I grow up. What you up here tripping with me for? So I'm steady trying to get it out. She finally looked at me and said, and look at you standing there. You can't even talk. How they gonna put somebody like you on TV? So every Christmas, I send her a flat screen TV. I sent this woman a TV for years. I sent her so many TVs. She told me one time I saw her, she said, you know, you send me so many TVs, I give them to relatives. I say, cool, I want them to see me too. Because you know what? She didn't know that what God had put in my imagination was a preview of a coming attraction he had for me. She had no idea. Your mother has no idea. Your father, he don't know. Listen to me. Your teacher, your professor, they don't know what you are. Some of your friends don't know what you are. Let me explain something to you. The best example I can tell you, this white woman met this African man. They had a baby. They separated. They have no communication. That little black boy grew up. He grew up and became the first black president of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama. Who knew? His friends didn't know. His daddy didn't know. They don't know. You have something in you that no one knows. And when you tell them, they ain't gonna believe you. I told that teacher I'm gonna be on TV. Look at me. Go cut your TV on. That little black boy from Cleveland, Ohio with the stuttering problem, he all over that TV. You can't turn it on without seeing me. Because the God I serve, his promises are true. Now, the scripture to that, you've all heard. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Okay, let me teach you this. Watch this right here. See, faith, all faith is the substance of things hoped for. You remember? You hope one day you got a bike, and then you got one. Remember, you hope you'd go to school and pass. Look at you. You in school. Most of y'all passing. If you hope hard enough, it is the essence of faith. Faith ain't really nothing except hard hoping. But if you get smart as you get older, you realize if I keep hoping and hope hard enough, that's actually faith. Now, here's the second half of that scripture. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Y'all ready? Your imagination is the evidence of things not seen. You know why they say it's not seen? Because you're the only one can see it. God done put it in your imagination. Everything he got for you, he make you see it in your imagination. It's the evidence of things not seen. But you know the problem with your imagination? You ready for this? You tell it to the wrong people. If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. It die every time. Do you know when y'all decided to come to this university, you had some friends and some relatives go, you don't need to go down there. What you going down there for? You done took an idea into your family and say, I'm going to own this. Why don't you just get a job? You done had an idea that one day I'm going to go to the States and I'm going to open up this. You don't even have a plane ticket. If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. This is a room full of dreamers. You dreamers, man. You got imagination. You're going to be something. You that little boy with the stuttering problem. You that black dude that the white woman and the African had that was smoking weed at 15, that messed around and became president of the United States. What? That's you. You can be anything you put your mind to. But let me tell you something. Oh, and you better believe this. After you imagine what you want, here's the next part. Everything you imagine, you have to write it down. If it's not written, you decrease the chances of it happening. Y'all ain't listening to me. See, y'all think I'm some rich boy up here talking to y'all. I don't know what I'm talking about. Look at me. I come from the bottom. My mama and them ain't had no money. My father made $5 a day in the coal mine. He had 5 kids. I lived in a house my daddy built with his hands. I didn't flush a toilet till I was 5 years old. I've been using the bathroom in outhouses till I was 5 years old. We didn't have running water. I took my baths in the number 2 wash tub. I had a well pump in my house. We didn't have no hot water. We had a potbelly stove in the middle of it. That's who you talking to. So when I'm telling you this, pay attention to me. I come from the bottom. I ain't no rich boy. Mama had no money. If I had money, I'd have been made it. I didn't get a car in my name till I was 38 years old. Do you hear me? So quit looking at me like I'm up here some rich boy just talking to you some type of smack. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I've been at every economic level there is. I've been dirt poor, I've been homeless, I've been barely making, and I'm balling. So now, what I'm telling you is how I did it. I ain't got no education. I flunked out of school. What you talking to? My mama ain't had no money, I made it all. I didn't have no rich person telling me nothing. I sat in that car for 3 years and was talking to God, trying to figure it out. That's why I'm talking to. So I'm telling you now, if you write it down, if you don't write it down, you decrease the chances of it happening. This ain't no magic trick. This how it works. I'm talking to you about scriptures. But I'm still look, man, I'm a hood dude. In my heart, dog, I'll slap you, for real. For real. Listen to me, about this woman right here, that woman right there, them kids of mine over there, I'll kill you for them. That sound rich to you? No, that sound hood to me. Her and them kids, I'll kill you for them. I'll die for any one of them. Today, For her, I die for her. So you ain't talking to no little, you ain't talking no punk ass boy. You hear me? You talking to, I'm a grown ass man, for real. I'm just have to say it to you like that. Y'all excuse me. First lady and everything. Okay. Okay, my wife say calm down. She doing this here. Cause she know I get riled up. But I be trying to tell people how I really am. So I'm telling you, everything you want has to be written down. Oprah was on TV for 30 years telling people about vision boards. Who you think she was talking to? Will Smith got a vision board. Tyler Perry got a vision board. David Fox got a vision board. Everybody I know successful got a vision board. You know why? Because that's a scripture. It's a scripture. I'm telling you how to be successful. Identify your gift, use your imagination, and everything you imagine, write it down. You know why you got to write it down? Because it's a scripture. Open up your Bible to Habakkuk 2:2. Just open it up. It's right in there. You know what it says? It says, write the vision and make it plain so that he who reads it will run to it. And even though it tarry means take a long time, wait for it, for surely it will come at an appointed time. That's okay. I'm with that. I don't know what you said, but I'm with that. Listen to me. You got to write it down. This is my challenge to you. Everyone in this room should write down 250 things that you want. That's going to be hard. You know why it's going to be hard? Because your mind ain't open. Because see, first, you're going to write down stuff you think you can accomplish. That's a short list. Then you're going to put some stuff on the list you think maybe some friends of yours would read and go, oh, that's good. And that's a little longer list. When you get to 50 things, you're going to get stuck because your mind is not conditioned to use your imagination. The possibilities. God does impossible things all the time. All you got to do is be one of the possibilities. Look, if he took a hood boy like me and turned him into this, how he can't do it for you? You ain't even got to be this. Maybe you want to sit in the cabinet one day. Maybe you want to just run a market, a business. What? It's do it, but you got to write it down. Because you have to write the vision and make it plain so that he who reads it will run to it. And even though it tarry, wait for it, for surely it will come at an appointed time. That's in your Bible, man. Who you think he wrote it for? Y'all been sitting up in here trying to figure it out. God don't never tell you to figure nothing out. As a matter of fact, when you write it down, read it every morning and every night. Now, when you're writing this list, you got to open your mind up. You got to get your mind open. So how many cars you want? When you want to fly on the plane? What kind of shop you want to open? What degree do you want? What position would you like to have? How many employees you want to have? What type of house you really want to live in? What kind of girl you really want? What kind of man you really want? Huh? You got to write it down because it's a scripture. Look at me. I ain't playing with y'all. This ain't nothing I made up. This how I did it. I ain't got no education. I really ain't that smart, really. Really? I'm sharp, though. I ain't real smart. So you know what I do? I hire smart people. That's what I do. I hire people like you to go to school because I ain't go. All my kids is college educated. You know why? Because their daddy ain't got one. So y'all get an education and then y'all show me what to do. My kids over there, they run my entertainment division. They run my content for my digital. They run my clothing business. They run everything. Them kids of mine, but I didn't just give it to them. You got to earn it. Now, I give my daughters anything. I don't care what they ask me for. I give my girls anything. One of them girls come to me and ask me for something, I just give it to them. Them boys don't get a damn thing. Nothing. But when you write this list down, that's a smart girl right there. That's Morgan. That's my third oldest daughter behind the twins. She runs my entertainment division. So we have a structure in place. But your dreams can come true too. Listen to me. Because you're in Botswana, it's an advantage. See, you keep looking at it the wrong way. You keep looking at what you ain't got. You ever thought about what you do got? I know that ain't proper grammar, but well, I don't care. Do you know the strength that's in you? I was in Ghana. We came to Ghana a week ago to commemorate the 400 years the first slave ship left. It was the second worst day of my life. The worst day of my life, my mama died. I never really fully got over that. But standing in them dungeons where they took us from, where they stripped us of our heritage, of our land, of our lineage, that we were kings, chiefs, queens, landowners. They took us from here. When I stood in that castle, I couldn't even stand up. See, for us to come to Africa, you don't know. See, you live here. You've been home your whole life. You here. When we come here, it's like coming home to a place you've never been. That's what African Americans feel when we come here. I don't know who, but when I stood in that slave dungeon, one of my ancestors was there. Because he climbed on. And I fell. I couldn't even stand up because one of my ancestors was in that room. Man, see, then we went to the second castle. I didn't have that feeling. I was just angry at what they did to us. How dare you create such an evil scheme to strip people of who they are and take us to this land far away where we were hated even more. And then we go over here and we build a nation. We built America. There are families today in America still benefiting from the billions of dollars from the slave trade. They opened up canneries, tobacco fields, they opened up ketchup companies, they opened up dealerships with the money that their ancestors made off of slavery. And this country still benefits. The great America, which I was born in, still benefits from the slave trade. This atrocity lasted 400 years. 400 years. Some of us, African Americans, are the first ones to ever set foot of where we from. You and I are the same. When I'm walking around Botswana, I ain't no stranger. Y'all mine, I'm yours. I'm black like you. I'm African. See, you don't understand. I'm 62 years old. I know you can't believe it. I'm so fly. I'm so fresh and clean. I'm so dope. I drip. You understand? I'm with it. I'm the flyest 62-year-old on the planet. Outkast wrote a song about me. Ain't nobody dope as me, I'm just so fresh and clean. That was about Steve Harvey. Huh? I've been around long enough. I was born in 1957 when we was niggas. I lived until they started calling us colored. I lived until they called us Negroes. I lived until they called us black. And we finally understood that we Africans. So now in America, you have to identify us as African Americans. I've been through the whole gamut. You can't tell me nothing about this here. You know how hard we fought to identify with you? So we got to start embracing one another. We need to come here and feel you. We need to come here and embellish you. We need to come here and teach you what we learned. Now, America's a land of opportunity, if you want it, but it has its problems for us. When we get pulled over by the police, we can get killed. Slavery over, apartheid over, the residue is still there. We go into a store with a hoodie on, we walk down the street with a hoodie on, Trayvon Martin, they kill us, they get off, they go home. The man selling cigarettes in New York, police chokes him to death, kills him, he go back to work. Philippe up in Minnesota, stopped by the police on Facebook Live. Watch him shoot the black man. The girl said, "Why did you shoot him?" He said, "I don't know." He free. The police that beat Rodney King to death, to a pulp, they free. Huh? That's why we say, hold up. African American. And as successful as I've been over there, as wonderful as I've created life for my family, I want nothing more than to come home. Nothing means more to me than to come home. You've been on my vision board for 7 years. Africa has been on my vision board. Hey man, vision boards work. Dreams come true. God is in the make your dream come true business. I just came to tell you that. So let's talk about this. If you identify your gift, if you use your imagination and you write it down, guess what? It has to happen. Now, let's not leave out a very important feature. And young people, I'm talking to you because I've had to have this conversation with all my children. You got to work. You got to put the work in. You got to work. You're the most brilliant generation to come along in our lifetime as black people. This millennial generation, you college students today, all the way up to 35, it's the most brilliant generation of blacks ever born. But you are missing an element. See, you think because of Instagram, and you get some likes on Instagram and some likes on Facebook, that now you hot. You think because you can Google some information, put it on the computer, and the answer pop up, now you think you know everything. Hold on, young people. Listen to me. You're missing an element. See, when we were young, there's some people in here, when we wanted to know something, we had to walk to the library, open up the card catalog, find the book, go to the library, pull the book off the shelf, open up the page, hope ain't nobody tore it out, and read the information. And that's all we knew. All we had a set of encyclopedias, and that's all was in there. But we had to dig to learn more. You live in an instant world. Instant potatoes, fast food restaurants, Google. So you popping up information, you think you know everything. But let me throw you something at you. Google success. Go ahead, Google it. Google experience. Google it. When we get through, get your computer and Google it. Google success and Google experience. You know what? When you get through Googling it, you still ain't gonna be successful and you still ain't gonna be experienced. You know why?
Go in front by the camera.
Because experience is priceless. It's a shame you have to pay for it with your youth. The only way to become experienced, you've got to get old. Pay attention to some of your elders. I know you think you don't want to hear it because they don't know nothing. They old-fashioned. They know a lot. They know a lot that you don't know. They know how to hustle and grind in ways that you can't imagine. They know what it takes to grind. Some of these people been all through the apartheid system and they standing strong. You fold under that. So you got to listen to them. You've got to change your work ethic. I did a video one time, and you know, social media, y'all just do what y'all want to do on social media. Y'all be eating me alive on social media. I don't care. I was telling some people, and I was just saying it kind of, I was passionate, but when I talk passionately, it sounds angry. That's where my wife goes. Stay down, so they can get the message and not misinterpret your passion for anger. And I was telling the people in a loud, passionate way that if you want to be rich, you cannot sleep 8 hours. Because, once again, I'm going to paraphrase the scripture, but it says something to the effect, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. That's all I was saying. But oh no, here comes social media. Steve Harvey prefers wealth over health. You got to get your 8 hours sleep. Go ahead. Matter of fact, get all the sleep you want. Skip that, sleep 10 hours. I got to do 12. Sleep 12 hours. Enjoy yourself. Wake up, pee, go sleep some more. It's nice. But you're not going to be rich. I got news for you. You're not going to be successful. Because the hustle and grind that it takes to be successful, young people, it's going to take your everything. It's going to keep you up at night. And that paper that I told you to write on, you got to have dreams on there so big, sometimes you can't sleep at night. You got to want something so bad that it keeps you up at night. You ain't got time to sleep. You go get you some rest. But listen, if you don't believe me, go sleep 10 hours. And then let me know what happened. Write a book about it. How to sleep 10 hours and become successful. To hell with Steve Harvey. Go ahead. So in a nutshell, what I've given you in the time that I have is number one, identify your gift. Number two, use your imagination. Number three, write it down. And number four, go to work. Because faith without works is dead. That is the message that you have to have. Now, I want to do something. It's going to create a little fervor. Hey, Steve, what's that? I need that website. This is what I want to do. I'm here because of three people. Your president, Pat, and my longtime friend, MZ. I've been knowing this dude, man. We go back. We was wearing each other's clothes. He gave me my first tailor-made suit. He been coming to Africa for years telling me about this place. And he said, man, you got to come, but let me work through some things. And he bought me some bullfrog shoes made from a bullfrog that he made in Africa, and he bought them to me. I was the first person on stage with some bullfrog shoes straight out of Africa. He had a clothing store in Houston, man. This dude, I hadn't talked to him in years. I was on vacation last year, and I was on this boat, and my WhatsApp rang. And I said, hello, and I thought it was a guy in France that I had given my number to the night before at this party. And he said, hello? I said, yeah. He said, Steve. I said, yeah. He says, me, man. And that's all he had to say, because I knew his voice. He says, me, man. I said, what? And I cussed a lot, because I like cussing. I just cussed. Boy, blankety blank, the blank, the blank, blank, blank. You better blank. Where the blank you been? You black blankety blank. And it was MZ. I said, man, how you find me? He said, somebody had a number. I saw you on this feed. I found you. I said, what you doing now, man? He said, I'm in Africa. I said, I know. He said, I moved. I left. I said, you left? You sold your house? Everything. I said, but you in America? No, I gave up my passport. I don't want it. What? Your passport? He was the first African American I ever met who just gave it up and came home. So he said to me, you must come. I said, man, okay, cool. He said, come in November. There is a De Beers Diamond Council meeting or women's conference in November. Come. I said, I can't. I'm taping my show. I can't get out of it. He said, listen to me, brother. You have to come. He my friend. I made a few phone calls. I told my wife, we going to Africa. She loves me. She said, okay. She said, need to buy some African clothes. Always finding a way to shop. We came last November, and it changed my life. It changed my life. He introduces me to the First Lady. This woman was so gracious. Her and Marjorie started talking. They fell in love. They started talking. You know, the wives got to pull it together. She went home, told her man, who I didn't know, he the president. Hold up, dog. Wait a minute. Your man is who? The president of what? De Beers? She said, no, the country. I said, oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm balling now, baby. I'm balling now. You know that scripture I was telling you that your gift will make room for you? You know what the rest of it is? Your gift will make room for you and put you in the presence of great men. That's the whole scripture. She said, my husband is the president. What? I couldn't even. We meet at the conference. She introduces me to President McKesson. We sit and talk. I could not believe him. I could not believe him. I could not believe what he was saying. Everybody I know trying to get rich. Everybody I know. I just hang with rich boys. They talk about money, that's all they do. You know what? He kept talking about his country. He kept talking about young people. He kept talking about bringing jobs, opportunity, developing, starting some plans to do a co-op with the United States and over here. All he was talking about was how to improve other people's lives. I kept waiting on him to say, we're gonna make some money. I'm sitting there, come on, dog, come on, dog, say it. You the president, give me some diamonds, come on, what we gonna do? Nothing. I went home, me and my wife was talking. She said, Steve, they really are sincere. Because see, women know. Women know. Because I be just trying to do deals. My wife know people. She said, Steve, they sincere. He told me what he wanted for the country. I said, man, this dude. You know, you hear about corruption on the continent. You got to pay this person, pay that one. MZ told me, he said, Steve, this guy's the real deal. He's the truth. So after that, he tell me that they're going to do this event. Somebody on social media said that y'all paid me $54 million to come here. Please show me where it is. If it's 54 million. What? Nothing. He told me, I went and told my wife, she said, let's go. So we come on vacation, we stop in Ghana, and we come here. Because this man has a vision for you. It's not for him, it's for you. Unbelievable. That's why I'm here. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for accepting me. Man, I go to malls, y'all cheering for me. When I stood out here, when I first came out, I almost started crying. You were saying, Matusi, I'm crying. Look, man, I just wanted to be home. And you make me feel that way. So, right now, oh, hold up, I want to do this here. This is my son. He's singing. He tried to run back to his seat. This is what I want to do. This is the first initiative I'm going to do today. So listen to me. You all are young people. Young people control social media. This is what I'm looking for. I am looking for content providers. I am looking for the best social media influencers on this continent. Somebody in this room is that person. If you are that person, now you're going to have to prove it now. So don't just say you are, because we want to know what you do. And my social media team will look. I am looking for young people. I don't want no old people. If you're 35, don't call me. 21, 19, 25. I want your mind. So this is the email address. If you are social media driven, if you know how to provide content, videos, footage about this continent, about your people, this is my first initiative. Send us your information to global social, global, Global, social, at steveharvey.com. Global social. Only serious people. Don't play with me. Because I'm still a hood boy. And if I see you, I'm going to slap you. So let's just, serious people only. Global social at steveharvey.com. We are looking for content providers for social media. I have a job for you. I'm going to hire quite a few people to form this team, because the plan I have, after visiting your studios yesterday that I want to talk to the president about, you all have an amazing capacity over here to bring jobs, opportunity, tourism, eyeballs. Y'all don't even know what you have over there. That BTV, that studio, that amphitheater, I bought Valdez Flag, the top producer in Hollywood, the Oscars, the Grammys, the Emmys. He does all of that. He bigger than everybody. We walked this place and we could not believe it. The president's people said, tell us what you think. So I bought the top people who do TV. You all are sitting on a gold mine. There are jobs there. There are jobs there. Our job is to bring qualified people to teach you how to do it. That's the first initiative. I'm going to start with the social media team, and I'll tell you what we're going to do after we contact. So globalsocial@steveharvey.com. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you very much. I love you. Thank you very much. Please welcome to the stage.
Before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harvey. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Harvey. What was that?
That's my son.
Oh my, oh yeah.
Go on over there and meet you somebody. Just trying to, you know. I know in Africa sometimes they have prearranged marriages. I just thought, you know.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harvey.
Yes, God is good. Yes,
God is good all the time.
Might find me a daughter-in-law over here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harvey. Now, guys, I believe you're as moved as I am. Are you moved? Wow. Now, Mr. Harvey's story is one of those that reminds you and I that it's possible for all of us, that you can come from nothing and end up being one of the greatest the world has ever seen. So now, I've always wanted to do this. I usually see hype men doing this at music festivals, so I'm going to do it today. And I hope you participate, just to help us a bit more. So when I say Steve, you say Harvey. Steve? Steve? When I say Mutusi, you say Harvey. Steve? All right. Let's do it one more time. So when I say Mutusi, you say Harvey. Mutusi? Mutusi? When I say president, you say Masisi. President? I love that. Now you guys are such a vibe. You are such a vibe. All right, once again, I'd just like to remind you of the social media hashtag. It is President Initiative, and I understand we're already trending on social media. Wow, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Yeah, so please keep those tweets, those Instagram posts, as well as Facebook posts going. And I'd once again like to thank our sponsors who made today possible. Now, what is coming up next is a very special feature. And I believe we all know how fortunate we are to have a president who's genuinely interested in investing in the youth. A president who's very passionate about youth innovation and entrepreneurship. And this is very close to my heart and gets me really excited as an entrepreneur myself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we're about to see is a chat between His Excellency the President and Mr. Steve Mutusi Harvey. Basically, oh yes, basically just mentioning where opportunities are for people like you and me. So please put your hands together as we welcome back His Excellency President Masisi back to the stage.
Can you have another mic?
We got it.
Oh, you do? It's good to be back.
Thank you. You got a good crowd, Prez. This is nice. You bring them out like this all the time?
Wow. Well, you know, I listened to some of what you had to say, Mutusi, and let me begin by thanking you from the bottom of my heart. Please help me thank Mutusi. I want to thank his dear wife, Marjorie Lisedi, his friend, Mr. Ngenge, and the children, of course, and their partners and spouses, and his friends. Steve is special. in the sense that he's a good listener, a very good listener. And all I ever wanted to do, Steve, was to, check you out and find out if you really meant what we talked about. So pardon me for being so transparent, but I wanted you to help me realize the dreams I had for my country and people in the space in which you are a specialist and you have expertise. I also would like you to use some of your money. I'd like you to use some of your money to demonstrate that it can be done. I'd like you to also talk to your friends and colleagues, professional and otherwise, in the US, to tell them about Botswana first, tell them what we are like, and that we want them also to come here and not just visit, but hopefully use some of their money to invest here. I've had this dream of wanting to change our economy from a resource-based economy to a knowledge-based economy. And a lot of the stuff that you deal with are really in the knowledge-based economy space. You create content. You create digital content. You run events. You're very connected. And you're connected to the right people. Please help share with this audience the specific skills in the opportunity spaces that you could participate in.
Well, one of the things that happened was they set up a tour for me on yesterday to tour BTV and the radio station. Pat sent me some pictures, and I'm telling you, it did not come close to what my staff saw, my team. See, we produce TV shows. We produce content. That's a big business in the United States. You can become very, very wealthy at that. What we saw at BET, and first of all, when he said, I want you to tell me what the possibilities are. So I took my wife, I bought my children, and I bought Valdez Flag, who does the Oscars, the Emmys, the BET Awards. He's the biggest producer on the planet, and he's African American. So I bought him, and we walked the studios. It astonished me what I saw. And you do not know what you have. First of all, let me tell you this. BTV Studios, no black person, no African American in all of the United States has that. Oprah has OWN, but it's not even this size. What you have over here, it just blew our mind, because we were walking going, this is here, you're doing news. The first thing that impressed us was the work ethic of the people at the station. There is a woman, Valdez, what is the title she had? She was the vision mixer and director. That's 2 jobs. This one African woman was doing the job of 2 people. And let me tell you something. There has never been an African American in the United States with that job. We've never seen a woman in that room in 35 years of television. A black woman was running the visual tech and that's a job for 2 people. This sister was sitting there working this thing, and it was clicking. That's unheard of in the States. So your work ethic is outstanding. Your lighting is beautiful. we couldn't say nothing about your lighting on TV because you all like black people. See, when I go on the show, and I'm on the show with Chris Tucker darker than me, the white show got to start making adjustments because they done lit the show for white people. Now, when me and little dark Chris show up, they got to start fixing lights. Your lighting was perfect. The only thing missing at BTV is content. You have so much usable space. Content. And that's what I saw, Mr. President, when I saw the studio that seats over 200 people. Do you know that on Family Feud, you know the audience is only 150 people? But the way we shoot it in LA, it looks like hundreds. It's only 150 people. Your studio here is bigger than the Family Feud studio. What you could do in there, do you know the TV shows that could come out of there? You have any idea? But you need content. And where do you get content? From young people. And this is the vision of this president, which tripped me out because he keeps talking about elevating young people. So that's how I'm at this university. That right there, Mr. President, was so long. You have an outdoor amphitheater sitting there. You have that theater. You have 6 radio booths that can be doing 6 different things. You have recording studios. You have performance bays, and they're all sitting there. So all we did yesterday and all last night was me and my team sat and said, okay, what can we do? With your permission, we bring in private sector money. We bring in private sector money, and we start producing television in Botswana to go over the continent. That's a lot of jobs. That's a lot of jobs.
Mutusi. But you know, one of the things that I've had to admit is that much as we've been through school and some have traveled outside the country and seen, studied, we need some of the best in the world to come and show us how they became the best. So the challenge I put out to Steve and friends is to come and help us do this. What'd you say, Steve?
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And we bring Valdez, he brings in, see, listen, in America, we have to stand in line for jobs. Entertainment is a treacherous business, and it's very competitive. And of course, there are not a lot of roles for African Americans, so we have to create our own shows. But even when we create the shows, we got to get greenlit by a studio and a network to put it on TV. So it's a lot of very talented African Americans who are directors and tech people who are in line. They get enough work to live, but they really in line. So we made some phone calls, Valdez and I, and we got 3 top directors. We started talking to some tech people, and we got to figure out the way, if we bring the biggest and brightest African American minds in television over here, because you have to be taught. This is not disrespect to you. You don't know if you've never been taught how to light. You take your morning show, for example. It's a 2-hour morning show, and there's this orange sofa, and this is the shot. Well, in Hollywood, we're going to take that news desk, and we're going to put it on wheels, and we're going to push it over a little bit. So we're going to go from the orange set to a blue set. Then we're going to move the orange set on wheels, and go back to a red set. Then we're going to take the blue set and move it out the way and come back over to a yellow set. You know what they call that? They call that Hollywood dust. You just need to be taught how to sprinkle the dust. Look, you got the talent. Look at this room full of talent. And talent don't necessarily mean in front of the camera. You got to be behind the cameras. The most money made in Hollywood ain't in front. It's in back of the camera. The directors and the writers, they making the most money. You think actors make a lot of money? You ought to see what the studios own. That's what we can do. We can bring those people to teach. Now, that's up to y'all how y'all want to do that. You know, you gotta, y'all, that's the government. That's what government right there? See, I'm not a politician, so I don't know. Y'all have to have some meetings and work it out so we can bring them. But the private sector money will produce the shows and pay everybody to come to work. And I think that's the best way to start over here, and that's something that can be doable.
Well, you preempted me. I was going to tell you that this is so dear to me, so important to me. I want so very badly to succeed. So, we typically have cabinet meetings on Wednesdays. We had our meeting, and at 10 o'clock we broke. And I asked every single minister and assistant minister present to come here, feel your energy, hear you, understand you. And let me introduce you to my cabinet. Please rise. Begin with the Vice President. That's my youthful cabinet. Thank you very much. Take a seat. I'm very proud of this cabinet because they really embraced the determination to move along with young people. So it's a promise we make to you. The vision that I have, the commitment that Steve and friends make, we're going to make it happen for you.
Mr. President, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because you've been asking me questions. Because I got a talk show, so I know how to ask a couple of questions. So I just wanted to know, when I first met you, and you told me this vision that you had for your country and the vision you had for all these young people in Botswana, I was kind of, I was thrown off with it. I just kind of always wanted to ask you why. Because a lot of people in the United States, when they get in a position of power, is so they can pad their pockets. They cut deals. That's just how it's done over there. Them people, they rich. And we don't even hear no talk about we gonna fix the country. We ain't talking about that. They talk about doing election time, and you hear that for 2 weeks, and then you don't hear no more. Why did you decide to make these young people such an important part of what you wanted to do? Because that's just not really how it's done. I'm just being real.
Well, for me, it's pretty plain. First, Botswana is a young country. It's young. We gained our independence only in 1966. America is a few hundred years old, I'm told. And we've been underdeveloped to the extent that almost everything you see around is what we did ourselves. But when you travel to other countries that are a little older and have many more people in terms of population, stronger economies, you see just how far they've gone. We want this success in our lifetime. We must get it in our lifetime. These young people are the best investment this country ever made. I know we have diamonds, but the challenge for me and those in government is to transform every young person into a diamond, because there will be diamonds forever. And that needs skill. We need to broaden our economy. We need to trade with the rest of the world in order for us to reach a stage of our income status. We don't have time to waste. If I cut a deal with you, it's just one citizen in the country who benefits. But I'm a leader, and all these people look up to me to provide the opportunity for them. So rather than cut a deal with you, I want to cut a deal with them. So we all get a bit. And if all they do is grow it, we'll make much more money as an economy than when the two of us cut a deal. So there's no deal I'm cutting with anybody except with the people of Botswana, particularly the young ones. The final reason is that young people in Botswana make more than 60% of the population. They are fine people. They can fit anywhere in the world. Just give them some opportunity. Teach them how to vision mix. Teach them how to make pops and adverts. Teach them how to speak the lingo of the first world. And I bet you they're going to give many people a run for their money. So we're going to turn Botswana into a mega multimedia country.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
So that's what's in it for me. And besides, if ever you are looking for the fountain of the youth, come to Botswana. So I guess my wife and I will be young when we finish doing the job we do, and we're clicking away also.
See, it's like, if you say that, which I can really identify with, and the people I bought can, you don't even understand, y'all, what this could be. See, when you start a TV show, one TV show, you got to have grips. That's people who just hold the cable. Do you know that that's a job? It's called a grip. They hold the cables, so when the cameras move, they can move freely. He just hold the cable. You ain't got to go to school for that. Here, man, hold the cable. It's called a grip. That's a job. Somebody got to clean. Them props you see, the background, what you're missing is changing the background. It's just plywood, paint, and lights. And it looks like curtains, and it looks like crystal, but it ain't. It's 3D imagery. It's all kinds of stuff. That's another job. Then you got a director, that's another job. Then the mixing board, that's another job. Then the editing bay, that's another job. Then the PAs who make sure all the celebrities have coffee. Then the catering company. It just goes on and on and on. One show produces 100 jobs. You bring 2 shows, that's 200 jobs. You get 5 shows in here, you got a lot of people at work, man. And when people at work, your life changes. Y'all got it, man. Y'all so dope. Y'all don't even know. This facility over here, y'all sitting on the gold mine, man. If I had that facility, oof, man, I wish if that building belonged to me, let me tell you something. Man, I produce shows. So I didn't tell you, Mr. President, but I was talking with Valdez. If you all can get it together, your government, however it works, that's none of my business. I'm not a politician. I don't like meetings. I don't want nobody voting for me because I want to do what I want to do. If you find a way to make a couple of upgrades, fix the rafters to hang heavy lights. See, you got to hang heavy lights. If you knock that back wall out in that studio, if you go back just 20 feet, if you take them 2 side walls and just take them off, it's just plywood and sheetrock and framing. If you take it off and you go back 20 feet and you hang in the right lights and you bring in them big boys, you can start taping shows in Botswana this year. I have 2 shows that I can create. I already have it. You can do it this year. I bring the people in here to produce the shows. The jobs can start now. But that's up to you. But see, you gotta, look man, it's kind of like the wheel that's in Hollywood, sir. You know, I go to a meeting, like I got 2 shows that's greenlit in the United States right now. It's greenlit, meaning they signed off, it's a go. But they told me, well, Steve, not this year. We'll do it next season. Give me my show back. I'll come over here and produce it. Why I got to get in line? We can do that. Y'all got a gold mine. You just have to decide amongst yourselves how much you're gonna spend to knock them walls out. I'm not knocking the wall out. I'll pay the production. I can't knock a wall out. It ain't my building. Now, you knock these walls out, you get a fund together, you bring these people that can train your students, your young people for 2 years. Make a commitment to them, and then they leave. You'll learn this job in 2 years. We can teach you how to hold the cable in about 15 minutes. That's not a big job. But we're gonna give you a check. And the rest of it, in 2 years, you ain't gotta go to school. Listen to me, man, this is so fake. You learn how to be a cameraman by being a cameraman. You can either look through the camera and see it, or you can't. They can't teach you how to see. And that's what we could do with the right movement and the right people who know how to get things done. And we will come and we can start now. And that's your vision for Botswana should be what? We should turn this into Hollywood. You better shut up, Steve Harvey. You better shut up sitting up in here imagining stuff in front of people.
Well, I can just promise you, Mr. Harvey, that we will consider the proposals you have, along with your friends, to start the journey of getting our people engaged, taught, so they can run their own businesses in that space. But let me ask a little more. I'm asking them if I should ask you. Steve came with his family, a very enterprising family. Very enterprising family. Steve came with a few friends. I'd like him to, be the one to put it to them. Introduce them. One of them can come up here, grab a mic, and you hear from them how this effect, the vision that Steve and I have, has affected them. It would be nice to hear that. And I might as well tell you also, we have at least I see one CEO of a bank. He's listening very carefully. Please stand up. He's a young person. Mr. Bakhatsu. He runs a pretty big bank. And I see somebody, is he in your board or is he just rich? I think the oldest person in the audience. Is he your board member or just a customer? Mr. D. Is that him? Oh, please stand up. So could you ask your friends for me? Just ask them to come up. I'll give them a mic and you can ask them what they're, you know?
Well, if we want to stay on the subject, listen, my daughter Morgan and her husband Kareem, they run a company called Harvey Hawthorne Holdings. His last name is Hawthorne, so my daughter married him. That's her last name, so it's Harvey Hawthorne. I didn't want that, but that's how it go. But he's such a smart young man. He's got multiple degrees from Morehouse University, and they run my event business. I have sand and soul events. We have Jamaican festivals that we throw across the country. We've got other radio stations they throw events for in the DR and Cancun, and so they control that business. Next to him is my oldest son that provides...
Sorry, let me interrupt you. Can you ask them to rise so that people know which ones you're talking about?
Morgan and Kareem, that's...
Thank you.
That's our second oldest daughter. I have twins, so she's really the third oldest because it's twins and then it's her, and that's her husband. Next to her is Broderick Stephen Harvey Jr., who is my firstborn son. And he controls content, and he don't want me to keep saying he's single, but he is. And but ladies, I don't know. She's standing over there in the wings looking, you know, like a wife. So next to him is my second oldest son, Jason Harvey. Jason owns a women's shoe division that he created and designs and creates women's shoes. And he also does television programming for the youth. And he created a TV show in the United States for his children, because he has kids, so you can stop all that screaming. He ain't got no money for y'all, none. All his money is in kids and wife. But he created children's content, and the first thing he asked when he was touring the BTV studios, he said, "Dad, this would be a great place to put children's content, because you don't, in Africa, the only children's content I've been watching on TV is Disney, Nickelodeon. You don't see African kids on TV. That don't make no sense. Them not your kids. Your kids don't look like that. You should see your children on TV with content for them to learn from each other. You all know more than anybody else. Next to him, those are my children. Now we have twins that's not here. My youngest son is not here, and my youngest daughter is not here. She's working. My son had to leave and go back to college, and the twins, they run businesses, and one of them is married. So next to him is my young assistant chief of staff, Tabidi Stevens. He has an African name. He is single, and he want everybody to know it. Next to him is my COO of my company and my chief legal officer, Mr. Brandon Williams. Next to him is my wife's personal makeup artist, and since that's Courtney. She travels with Marjorie and does her makeup, and she'll be coming over here to do some things. And she also just got put into the digital content because she does videos better than anybody, so she does that. Now, this brother here, A.D. Dolphin, he owns D-Herbs Colon Cleanse. He had a really successful herb company in the United States. He has his own factory, his own scientists. It's all proven. It's all scientifically proven. He has his own factory. And so I was talking to him. I said, I'm going to Africa. I said, you should come. He said, I'm going with you, man. Because everybody knows if I say we're going to go and do some business, we're going to go. So I asked him to come and meet you all because his vision is he has a plant in Los Angeles. His vision, because he's been doing the research, you all have all the herbs growing on your continent. There is no herb that doesn't grow in Africa. So he's been researching it. He said, why don't I come open a plant in Africa? I said, no, it has to be Botswana. We can't go nowhere else. So that's A.D. Dolphin, and that's his mission, is to come here to open up that plant. And then what's really important to the president's vision is Valdez's flag. Now, Valdez, I'm gonna just ask you to come up. Yeah, I know you don't want to.
Come on, don't be shy.
The president said you had to come up. So I don't know how we going to. So, I know this ain't what you do. This is strictly a behind the scenes man. When I tell you he does all the shows, Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, BET Awards, 3 presidential inaugurations, they called him to produce Michael Jackson's funeral. Come on now. I want you to just, from your own eyes, what did you see when we toured BTV, and what were your thoughts?
So first of all, thank you for welcoming me here and bringing me here. I didn't know what I was going to see when I first started touring BTV. It was much more than I expected. Everyone is saying that you're sitting on a gold mine. You are, because the possibilities of what is there and what can be done there, it's not just a television studio. You call it a television studio. I call it an entertainment complex. You have a television studio, you have recording for, you could do CDs in there, recording studios, you have radio station. So it's a multimedia complex that is virtually unrealized in its potential. So the amount of jobs and the amount of shows, you could actually do almost anything under the umbrella of what's there. If you start now, or if we start now, and begin developing, I also think that personal economic freedom comes from information. You know, once you know the information, you're not dependent on anyone else to give it to you. So once the technicians there are brought up to speed, once we make the changes and start producing shows, it will evolve as quickly as anyone's vision or imagination wants to take it. It will provide jobs, but more than anything else, all of the young people, they're looking to you for content, they're looking to you for your imaginations. In your imagination and in your content, you will have freedom. I don't know about you, but freedom sounds good to me.
Yeah.
What I saw, I think the First Lady asked me what the possibilities were from 1 to 10 of the BTV. I'm saying BET too. Yeah. I thought about it for a moment because I'm real straightforward in my talk. I don't exaggerate. And I looked at her and I said, a 9. From 1 to 10, you have the possibility of a 9 sitting in your city. So why not realize the possibilities that are there? With the I'm not going to say they're minor adjustments. I think they're simple but not easy to make. You can make the adjustments and then we bring people to educate and upgrade everything. And once it's upgraded, I'm telling you, your imagination will take it as far as you want. You could re-educate, you can have, who said educating, have your own kids' programs with your children's faces on TV, not what Disney gives you or Pixar or whoever. And realize your dreams. Your dreams are what's important. Vision, you know how many leaders don't have vision? I work with a lot of the, leaders of the free world, the so-called free world. And I'm not going to say they all lack vision, but you have a leader that has vision. That's a big, big deal. And he wants to empower you to manifest your vision. Steve has given you a law of manifestation that is actually in the Bible. And I'm not here preaching religion, of course. But why not? Why not realize your best selves? Why not realize your dreams? Why not realize all these things in your city? And it's close. You're standing on it. You're sitting on it. That's the way I look at it. And I will come here and help as much as I can. I'll commit. And in Hollywood, I know Steve, and I'll stop after this. In Hollywood, I don't come from a Hollywood family, and clearly Steve does not either. They didn't give it to us. It was not given. In Hollywood, people will give you drink, they'll give you drugs, they'll give you any vice that you want, but you know what they won't give you? Information. Because information puts you on a level playing field with them, and they don't want you as a competitor. So you're in a place where you're getting information, and you're going to have people coming here that will share information, and with that information, don't even look back. Don't even look back.
Yeah, my man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. That's Valdez's flag. So I thought it was important to hear from him because this man is he's a television producer, and that's really good. So that's our team. Of course, Mze, my man, I wouldn't even be here without him. Me and that dude go back. He knew me before God changed me. Let me just say that, and we'll just leave it at that. This is being broadcast outside this building, so let's just say he knew me before y'all knew me. He knew the old Steve Harvey. He knew Wonder Love. Wonder Love was a different dude. He's in my past. I don't let him come out no more. He show up every now and then, but I pray him to the back.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All I want to really say to you, Steve, besides the obvious thanks, is to encourage the young people of Botswana to let this sink in. Re-energize yourselves, because we're going to make a promise to you. We're going to make a promise to you. My cabinet and I are never going to tire from finding opportunity wherever we travel for you. My cabinet and I are going to make sure that the possibilities presented by the studios of BTV or the entertainment center are realized as quickly as possible. And we want Gaborone, Botswana, to quickly turn into a nodal center, a hub in the entertainment space, digitized hub. Now, part of the confidence we get, and I was telling Steve last night, is that BTV can broadcast to the whole of Africa. Our potential, we can broadcast to the whole of Africa, Madagascar included. We have signed the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement, which is making a single market of 1.3 billion people. So, let the small country be the first to show with the able assistance and goodwill of friends like Steve, family and friends, that we're going to do it. We have a ministry that's dedicated to young people. The young minister in the front. Can you rise so they see you, minister? He's got an assistant. I don't know if he's here. Ah, there he is. Don't anybody say they are bald. It's just the latest hairstyle. They're going to be doing a lot of work in the space of facilitating this which you're talking about. So I make a promise to you, Steve and friends, that we will reach out and make sure this happens. Everything will be above board. In this country, we're very committed to making sure that we run a clean government and people will be transparent. And so will the government. So, coming back to it, I'm glad you made the quotation from the Bible, Habakkuk, I think it is, the vision, and writing it down. Let every young person here go out and write out their vision. And that vision will be met in part in the digital entertainment space through the engagements that we'll provide opportunities of. I'm really glad we're speaking to people, not just in this amphitheater, we're speaking to people in Khanti. We'll have a few questions that they'll raise. Mahalape, Palape, Kasani, these are towns around the country. Francistown, and Maun. There's an audience, they're going to be interacting with us, and I don't know if the opportunity is going to come right now or a bit later. But they would feel some questions, and we'd respond. So, are you ready for it, Steve?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, great stuff. Yeah, thank you very much for that opportunity. Youth here, Your Excellency. So guys, this is how it's going to work. If you would like to ask a question, we have about 3 mics mounted on stands across the room. I see one over there. There's one at the very back as well. And please just go there and queue and ask your question. And the sole reason why we're doing it this way is to allow you to be captured on television, because as you know, we're live on BTV as well as on Facebook. So please just go queue and ask your question. At one of the mics, there's one on the, right aisle, one in the center, and I'm hoping there's one on the, there are only those 2. So please just go queue and ask your question, and you will be captured live on television as well as on Facebook. So please take it away. Is there anybody who would like to ask a question already? Okay, yes, I see somebody. So let's make it quick, guys. And please ask one question and, allow other people to get an opportunity to ask as well. I believe we'll start with our cute guy in a yellow jacket. Yes, take it away. It doesn't seem like the mic is on, so please. Oh. Are we good? All right, maybe let's start on the right and then we'll go to you after this. So, sir, in the center, please ask your question. Okay, it seems like we're having the exact same problem. Okay, have we fixed the left side? Oh, okay, I believe they're still working on it. Okay, are we good?
Mine is more of a question as well as an encouragement and advice to some extent, in the manner of, I see the focus being on the TV shows, movies, series part as well, but I'm a musician, I'm an artist, and would also like the same enthusiasm being fueled and cultivated towards that. Maybe having more TV shows that promote the music and bettering that part of the entertainment as well. Because we have one TV show being played with Dome, and we see same artists out there. We see, so it doesn't really cultivate that aspect of talent and entertainment. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, see, that comes from what was said earlier. You get content from young people. See, it's important that we understand what's important to you. I'm just getting here. So as we set up and start producing, look, TV runs 24 hours. You can't do news for 24 hours. Don't nobody want to hear that. You can't do a talk show for 24 hours. There has to be variety. If you don't do music, if you don't do singing, musicians, you're missing too big of a part of our culture. And so I think that's a really big part of it. But we gotta find out what type of show works here, and the only way to find that out is from you guys right there. You all know better than we do. So when we assemble the team and start producing, we take producer meetings. You write up your thesis, you put together your 3-page treatment of the type of TV show that you'd like to produce. You come in, you set a meeting, you sit in front of a pitch team, you pitch your meeting. If they like it, they put it into development. If they don't like it, they'll tell you what needs to be changed, and you go back and go to work. That's how it works in Hollywood. That's how it should work here.
All right, before we take our next question, may I also just mention the fact that, as you know, we have different viewing centers across the country, Mahalape, Palape, Kasane, Maung, Francistown, so we'll take a few questions from there as well. So unfortunately, we may not be able to take all your questions, but please take it away, sir.
All right, thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Mompoloki Makwana. What I want to ask is that besides just content creation for the youth, is there any place where we are going to look at entrepreneurship mindset development for the youth in your company, where we are saying that kind of partnership? We can't hear. You say they cannot hear.
No.
All right. Can you?
You understood?
Start again.
All right. My name is Mompoloki Makwana. I was asking, besides content producing that we get from the youth and airing it on our platform, do you have any other programs that are focused on entrepreneurship mindset shift, helping young people in that level so that when we get this money, for example, YDF, we can have that business mindset and be able to set up sustainable businesses?
Yes, mindset changes, any other programs. For you to succeed in the process you'll go through, all that will have to be taken care of. Besides, we're also going to be requiring you to have some other competence before you get your YDF. But it'll filter down to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we talking about. Yeah. Because I didn't know what he said. So. Way to go, President. Way to knock it down. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
So,
all right, next.
I think we need to allow for one more. And then in the meantime,
two from out of town.
Yeah,
it's big.
It's on, dog.
Hello.
Can you talk into it?
All right.
Okay, then go straight to out of town.
Afterwards.
My name is
Obake. So let's give the chance to the people who
Yes, I'm not that much of a...
Okay, my name is Wedu Tafa. I'm a youth activist. I'm also an upcoming entrepreneur. So my question...
So whoever is
also,
ready.
it's a question and it's a proposal as well. So my concern is about
to market, right?
art, music. I'm a promoter. I host mini events. So my question is, how are we going to be helped, and how can the environment and the atmosphere of hosting events and getting to promote artists like this guy here, I'm his manager as well, and how are we going to help them to grow? Because music sells. the country. Music in the US has been selling the country for the longest time. And in Botswana, our problem is we haven't had time to actually invest a lot into music, but music can sell our country globally. So what I'm trying to say is I'm trying my best to help upcoming artists.
Excuse me, kind sir. Thank you very much for that.
And the short answer is that the details will come. Whatever program gets launched in partnership or in collaboration with Mr. Harvey and his friends, it will be transparently done. It will be made very public. And those who enroll would be taken through all the steps. Thank you.
All right, guys, and we won't be taking any more questions from this side. So unfortunately, and I know you're going to kill me for this, but we'd like to cross over to one of the cities where I know there are viewers out there as well. So please, if there's anybody ready, Maung, Palape, Khanti, Francistown, if there's anyone that would like to ask the question, guys, please take it away. Kako Maung, Palape, Khanti, Francistown, please take it away and ask. Hey guys, Kasani, okay, I understand there's somebody go Kasani. Kasani, please go ahead and ask your question. We're ready for you. Okay, seems like we're having a little glitch with that. So let me just take your question, sir. And hopefully after that we'll have the Kasani question ready.
MC.
Yes.
Please look at the stand.
Oh.
People. Yeah.
Okay, great stuff. Please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you. Mr. President, and my name is Keboyi Joseph, Mr. President. I'm an intern at the Department of Wildlife and National Parks. So, Mr. President, as Steve Harvey was talking about opportunities that have not been explored, there are a lot of things in my department, in the aviation department, that has not been explored, and I have tried to get it to the permanent secretary. I have tried to get it to the minister, but Mr. President, I was told that I'm working in the aviation unit. So I was told that it is not, aviation unit is not the government's, it's not the ministry's priority. So, Mr. President, I was asking that in situations like this, what do you do? Because...
Sorry, what do you say your name is?
Keboyi, Mr. President.
Ohagai.
I'm here. Hey. Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah, Holokala Gwanu will meet. Holokala Gwanu will meet.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, so guys, as I mentioned, unfortunately, we will not be taking any more questions. Thank you very much for having had something, a burning desire to ask a question, but unfortunately, due to time constraints, we will not be taking any more questions. A round of applause to those few who asked questions. Thank you so much to you guys. I am really sorry, but I just had to, chop it off right there. And Your Excellency, understand whatever else will be coming next is a feature that you're very passionate about and you would like to introduce. So please feel free to wrap this up and introduce our next feature with our entrepreneurs. Our go-to-market entrepreneurs. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I'm just as hurt as you are for not being able to ask the questions and answer them.
They think it's the way that we're like
loudly. Sorry, just please bear with us. We've got to move on because time just caught up with us. I'll see you just now. So Kupalinde Habat, you won't be able to ask those questions. We're going to wrap this session up and thank Mr. Harvey handsomely.
Do that. We just want to introduce.
No, he said he will.
thank Mr. Harvey's family and his friends handsomely. And then I want all of you to help me be president by thanking my cabinet for agreeing to what we are going to ask them in advance. They are going to advise me to agree. Agir. Hey, so I really thank them for, allowing themselves to come out here and be part of this. Now, we have another program with De Beers, a go-to-market program, which really focuses on a rapid inskilling of young people who are already in business. And there are about 50 of them. Botswana, De Beers also does that in a few other countries. Botswana's allocation is 50. They select and they take the young people through a very intensive program that they do with Stanford University, in which they make them succeed in business. Now, when I went to Stanford, I actually saw some of these and interacted with them. And I was so taken up by it that I decided we're going to participate by providing more opportunities than the 50. We're still negotiating with De Beers and Stanford to see what number we can realize. But I just want to tell you that we're going to create more opportunities there too. But there are at least 3 of them who are here. And they're going to come on and introduce themselves and tell you what they do. So, there's 3 of them. Ladies first, as usual. So talk to us.
Hello, everyone. Is it on? Hello, everyone. It's not on. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Lebogang Mono.
No, you know what? Sorry, Lebogang.
Era.
Lebogang Hayetashi whispered into my ear. I really want Steve to come and help me with the mic, so I'll keep it off.
That's embarrassing. Anyway, my name is Lebogang Mono. I am from a company named Just Ginger. Just Ginger is a beverage manufacturing company. We were inspired by our locally acclaimed non-alcoholic ginger beer, as Steve may know, named Khemere. So that beverage inspired the company and inspired us to start a company that produces preservative-free artisanal brews, basically. And unlike our competitors, we package in 250 and 2-liter glass bottles. And because we chose glass because it's environmentally sustainable, and we encourage reuse by offering refills at our beverage bar, newly opened in Extension 9, where you can also get Khemere-based cocktails. You can enjoy some cakes and do your nails, because we've collaborated with a nail bar in a shipping container. And yes, we strongly believe in collaborations and pushing BW.
I think this is where's Pat? Is that the ginger beer that I had last time I was here? Yes. That's a good product you got.
Thank you.
That's a delicious, that's your company?
That's my company. And my mom taught me how to make it.
Yeah.
And I'm better now, actually, than she is.
But that's your company. That's my son over there. That's
Hello everybody, my name is Mtabisi Bukiti. I'm from a company called Digital Natives, thank you. We specialize in artificial intelligence and award-winning mobile applications. We currently developed one application called Easy Peasy, which some people may have heard of. It's a remote electricity top-up application. So we no longer have to go outside and type in 20 digits. It just remotely tops it up for you wherever you are, even sitting right here, warning you before your power is cut. We've also recently launched a product. It's called Digital Diamond. Digital Diamond is going to eliminate or reduce the lines in filling up of forms in government offices, in Masscom, Orange, any of those forms that you consistently fill in will be automated very soon. The project that we're working on in the background, it should roll out in the next year and a half. Being realistic.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
25?
Yes. No one in our company is over 25. The whole company. All my employees.
That's great, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. And finally, we are introducing the first mobile digital truck to Botswana. So events like these can be seen even in the villages. We'll be able to drive around. It has an automated door on the side as well.
Hey everybody, my name is Mifinyana, virtual name Dexter, and I represent a company called Share Me Studio. We're the animation and gaming guys. Basically, we're a culture-based animation and gaming company in Botswana. And what we do is we kind of backtrack to go like, who are we as Botswana? We research our culture, our history, and then put it into script, illustration, and animate it. And the whole point is go like we're celebrating ourselves in an innovative fashion. We are probably the biggest animation company in Botswana right now. I can say this because we actually develop and teach people animation in Bots. We've held events called Animation Explore, worked with something called Barclays Meets Animation, and currently we're part of a program called the Future Makers Program, partnered up with Young Africa Botswana to actually impart skills of storyboarding, illustration to young Botswana as well. The way we're trying to do is that we want to show that, listen, our culture makes us who we are. There's a lot to celebrate and not just innovate, but also kind of commercialize as well. With this young man here, our animation 2D, 3D skills, we're actually going to work on a project and, believe it or not, animate the story of Chuele, Wanawanaka. Yeah, but listen. The thing is, it's actually more like a storytelling AI, where we want to give people a chance to tell the story of Chuele, because if you look at Southern Africa itself, the Tswana speakers, there's about 15 million people that speak Tswana. That's a big market for just like anything that is like Tswana in it. Now take that and give it to the people and let them tell the story that they know, that they enjoy the most. And that's how we kind of like put animation in an innovative but at the same time cultural fashion.
See, that's the type of content that you put on television.
Exactly.
Because, you know, if you're talking about 50 million people speak
Tswana, yeah.
They speak what?
Tswana, like within Southern Africa, we're talking Botswana, South Africa, Namibia. People who, when I say Dumelang, understand Tswana from Botswana.
See, that show alone, it's a market. Children's animation is a big thing my son had been talking about. That's his niche.
Oh, we're going to talk.
I know you're going to talk. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, players. See how that works? You know, that's great, man. Congratulations to all of you. I think that's, to be so young. But I knew it was so many gifted people in here. You have ideas. It's all in your imagination. You just got to work hard. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you.
Sir, before I leave, I would just like to give you and your wife, Masisi, First Lady, gifts from the shirts. Hold on. So you can remember Botswana when you leave.
Yeah, I'll hold the mic for you because you probably need to talk. And you holding this here right here.
So here it is, it's animated. Push a BW. And over here, Masisi, I hope I did a good job.
Yeah, that's hot, man. That's nice.
First Lady.
Wow.
Marjorie also got you. Oh, that's Steve, sorry.
Yeah, but I just shaved my beard this morning. I had a beard this morning, but I said I shaved it off because, you know, I was coming to speak. I didn't want to throw y'all into nothing. and then he make the damn shirt with the beard on it. That's how I have it back in about 4 days. Oh, that's pretty fly. Yeah, that's pimping right there. I like that. Where Marjorie at? Did you make one for Marjorie?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, ain't she fine? I know that's right. Watch out now. Yeah, all right. Now let's get on out of here and get out in front of these kids. Check.
And then another exciting project is the fact that as Jamie's Beauty, we kind of like grow Botswana. So it's like 5 shareholders, directors. I think our CFO is somewhere here. For the record, guys, I don't do animation. I'm just the CEO and head of marketing. We work with people to fill skills and whatnot, right? For our government of Botswana, our culture is not just the culture itself, the food and clothing. It's the location, the people, the languages, you know. And somebody here with a good, deep voice can actually make 15,000 in 3 days from your good, deep voice. So your womanly, charming voice. This is as a voiceover actor.
Minister Malifi.
He even orchestrated
He wants to moonlight.
We can work together.
After cabinet.
With a good mature voice like that, there's a lot. And not just that, but we're also trying to get into projects that celebrate our country, including animating the Botswana coat of arms. Now, this is a project that actually gets into the nitty-gritties of like, listen, what legal consideration we made to actually economize and, you know, commercialize aspects of our country as a people. And I'm trying to reach out to everybody here, like, listen, the gift that you can have, whether it's your voice or your stories, your imagination, your drawing, it can actually be monetized and commercialized. And it's like, it's free, you have it. So if you guys wanna, you know, use what you have, let's animate, let's make games, let's do everything.
Congratulations.
Yes, this is a great team.
Absolutely.
But you know,
thank you.
I think in the presence of the team, just hang on. Just stick around and witness this. Because young people are great. I'd like, on your behalf, on behalf of Botswana and Botswana, to express to Steve, particularly, how very deeply grateful we are. And to do that, there's a young Motswana called Tabiso, who I'm going to ask will come on. He taught himself to do something, and he has a surprise to give to Steve. So, hold your breath. Don't tell him what it is. Please present your gift to Steve.
Damn, I should have left the beard on. Man, I just shaved this morning. Man, you drew that? It's a pencil drawing. Look at this dude. I'm gonna have to get the beard back, man. I thought, God, dog. We going to the Okavango Delta tomorrow. I've never been there. I've been hearing how beautiful it is. And so I had a beard back by Monday because I ain't gonna shave, so I have it back by Monday. Wow, that's hot, man. What's your name?
Tabiso Kefalot. My other name is Junior. I'm thinking that's easier.
Oh, that's your name. I thought you said, tell me something tomorrow. I said, what the hell? I asked you your name. I thought he said, tell me something tomorrow. I ain't gonna be here tomorrow. I just told you I was going to Okavango Delta. The hell are you gonna tell me tomorrow? I want your name now. Tell me your name again.
Tabiso Kefalotse.
You just changed it. That ain't what you said. How many names you got? You ain't got, what's the name your mama gave you? Man, did you hear him? He just changed his name. That is not what he said. He said, tell you something to mommy. And then I said, what's your name? Okavango Delta. It's not your damn name. Okay, one more time. Shh.
My name is Tabiso Kefalotse.
And I don't believe it. Thank you very much, man. That's outstanding. You're a bad boy. Yeah, you're a bad boy. Appreciate it. Come on, let's take a picture.
And before you leave the stage, Your Excellency, I believe there's another gift here from Mr. Samkata that is to be presented to the gorgeous Marjorie Harvey.
Marjorie! Yeah, come on, get your gift. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Ain't God good? You better walk. Yeah, come get that there. Yeah, all right, man. Yes, Lord Jesus. God is good. Oh, look at him. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Who is the gift from? Who is it from? Sam Carter?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this extremely generous gift. And thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, First Lady. I love you all. And thank you, my love.
Yeah.
You did excellent. Good job.
Yeah, show me. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is for the First Lady? Okay. Yeah, way to do that, because if you let her fall, it's going to be problems in here, partner. Yeah. She fall up, the turn up is real, okay? I know you got power in here, but don't mess around and get yourself knocked out. Okay? Yeah. And you held her hand too long, too. She was already down the steps. She didn't need all that. Yeah, okay, partner.
Well, thank you so much to the young people. Give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow.
That's hot.
Let's see.
Put that on the wall.
It looks good.
Yeah, that's hot.
Well, I'll let you know, Steve already said it. We sufficiently interested him and his family to go and visit our iconic Okavango Delta. And you might not know it, he's had at least 2 radio shows that he did from Botswana for his audiences in the US. And he's talked so much about Botswana and visiting Botswana. His friends are calling him already. So you go out there and sell our country. Thank you, Apulaine. Apulaine. Mutusi.
Yeah. Apulaine. 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 Buyaka, buyaka, Mutusi. Hey! Hey, all right now.
When I say Steve, you say Harvey. Steve. When I say Mutusi, you say Harvey. Mutusi. When I say President, you say Masisi. President. Guys, it has been amazing. How about...
When I say she is coming, you say to America. She is coming to America. She is coming. Yeah.
I am coming to America. How exciting is that? Guys, may we please, for the very last time, give yourselves a thunderous round of applause for just being here today. Mr. Harvey, thank you so much.
Thank you. I love this country. I love young people. I love this president. I love this cabinet and what you're doing. Thank you for having me. I had a wonderful time. Let's make Botswana my home.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Come on, girl.
Yeah. And Your Excellency, would like to thank you for making this possible.
Oh, thank you. Anytime. We'll let you know when the next one comes on.
Absolutely. And with that, guys, thank you so much for having come out today. We really appreciate your presence, and you guys were such a vibe. In your lingo, you were such a vibe. Thank you very much. There are refreshments outside, so please just make sure to allow our president to leave first, and once he has, just go outside and refreshments will be served. And with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for having allowed me to be your MC today, and God bless you all. Let's go out there and be great, guys. I believe that fire within you has been reignited, right? Okay. Thank you so much. Mr. Harvey. Excuse me, guys. Oh my. Excuse me, guys. Oh my. May we please allow His Excellency to leave before we leave. May we please allow His Excellency to leave before we leave. Thank you very much. Get our refreshments and go off.
Botswana Indoor Sports Arena re ne re go neela jalo bokopano jo bo kgethegileng jaaka Steve Harvey e leng weng go tsweng ka kolatse la United States of America ana re etetse go tla go buisana le banana go tla go ba hatotwetso tota mo nakong ya gompieno go boitumelo jo bo tona hela ka morago rona ka ha Batswana ba itumetse jaaka Batswana ba setse morago go mo go le tautona go la Botswana His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi jaaka go ne go diragala ka kwano ke kgone mo dire go tsetse ka
I've learned quite a lot. I have so much to take home. And it just goes to show that with a little bit of hard work and encouragement, we will get to where we are destined to be. But if at all you are joining us live and direct, we're here at the UB Sports Arena. Unfortunately, the festivities are over. But one thing I know is that I'm very excited that we can take something home and better ourselves. The future is in our hands. We just need to envision it, write it down, put in the work, and get the ball rolling. I'm very happy.
Botswana television le go hetola station se sa rona sa Batswana le go thusa go tlama mebereko go direla bana na mebereko mo nakong ya gompieno ka gore se go le modumo go dumela jalo gore se le go bokutong ja puisano ya rona le yena ya ka re tlhotse kwano gore le mmogo se se baka se re thank you go tswa go boteng ya pelo ya rona gore re le mmogo go itela ka ona go yone go tla re kopana gape mo nakong e sa yetang ke dira go te osila shane me le ke seno se gompieno le ke na ga itse di a ke sadi.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Just by doing that, you are taking a step in the right direction. And the president himself has said he will endorse each and every dream that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much sums up the President Initiative for 2019. Keep the hashtags going. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to share more ideas with us. Until we meet again next time, it's Sadidi Khaka.
Moving on.